Hello. Welcome to the stream. Friday night. I'm beating the shit out of my knees right now. Beating on my knees on a Friday night. La 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 la. Welcome. Now that we've scared any lurkers off. Welcome to Dark Souls 2. It's the first Friday of December 2025. What's up, everybody? Zebra, thank you for the big raid. Sizz, thank you for the 160-month stream streak. Sizz times 10. What's up to Rinslet? Isaac, even with the devils of time. Sizz, Barudge, this is not cozy. I couldn't disagree more. Zebra, Rise of the Inspirational Idol. Who else do we have? Pixie, Buddy Bro, and Kingo. Pretty sure this year isn't the year of the dragon. You are the master of your own reality, and also the rest of the world's and the universe's reality, and you can make it whatever you want. This year, 2025, is the year of the dragon. Spyro 3 already proved it. I was struggling to come up with a title tonight that did not have the word Gerouge in it. And this is what I settled on. It's a little throwback to the Spyro 3 playthrough, which we played. I intended to play in 2024, and then we played this year instead. So 2025 is the year of the dragon. Our song today is one of my favorites from the game Persona 4. Like Will said, the theme is called Alone. This is the theme that plays in your house at a certain... It's not the normal, like, at home after school theme. It plays in a specific part of the game when you come home from school for like a month or so. It always makes me think about winter, which is why I put it on. And I think, personally, this is the most emotionally mismatched song in Persona 4, because I hear this, and I go, y'all can just not come back. Like, I'm chilling, I've got my coffee, I got my big headphones on, y'all can, it can stay like this. No, this song is so, I mean, like, it's sort of melancholy, but in the way that, like, if I was outside walking around in the winter with like a big sweater and a coffee. It's melancholy like that. When I was in my first year of college, I had all the Persona 4 soundtrack songs ripped off the CD that came with the game, you guys, back in the day, before the PS Vita version came out and everybody played the game. I had P4 on PS2, and it came with the soundtrack CD. And I had all those songs on my fucking iPod, listening to that shit. And this is the one I liked to play the most when I was like up in the morning in winter and walking to class. Yeah, sure, you know, this part of the story is sad. Throw this on for me anytime though. I'm vibing and chilling to it. It does not take me back to that time. I'm not saying happy, I'm just saying chill. And it's the perfect type of song for this, the most pensive part of the year, winter. All I'm saying, I'm cozy. Are you cozy? You hit me with those lush piano chords, and I'm drifting away. Put me by the fire, put this shit on. It also plays in the winter in the game too, which is probably why I listened to it in the winter. I played that game the summer before I started college. Speaking of college, you guys, I watched football today. I'm getting a slice of pie, that's what I'm saying. I watched fucking football today, you guys. JMU was in the Sun Belt game. Something I guess they've never won. And they won it. They beat Troy. The reason I was interested in it is Rinslet was like, hey, JMU is 11-1 right now. And I was like, oh, dang. And then I was looking at it and I was like, oh, they'll be in like the championships, like in the playoffs if well, I looked it up. If UVA loses to Duke, then JMU is basically confirmed, guaranteed to get into the playoffs. And if that happens, I'm watching all the games. But it was fun to do. It was actually, like, not a very interesting game until the fourth quarter. The whole third quarter, it was just, like, stressful back and forth. Just sweating it out, and no one scored. And then, Troy, like, got an I think that was in the third. They got an interception, and that put them, like, within, like, 3 points. And then in the last quarter, JMU scored, and then they got an interception and ran it in for a touchdown again, and it was hype. We were popping off, and that's it. I went to school at JMU University. Don't dox yourself, snack. Fuck you. James Madison University, the university, and I walked around the campus listening to Persona 4 songs, and also, like, I don't know, the Beatles or something. And I graduated from that school 11 years ago. I said that today, and then I felt like bile rising in my stomach. I graduated from James Madison University 11 years ago, you guys. And they only this year kicked me out of my JMU email account, and I lost all my notes for my notepad app. Alright, guys, welcome to Jarouge. I hope my computer will be fine. I thought I fixed it, and then it's been more stable for sure, and then it crashed again today, so hopefully that was its one. I turned it off before the start of the stream, and just gave it like a long time to just be chill, or like, you know, a while to be chill. Your computer's pathetic, just like your face, Pixel. Alright, we're doing a Pokemon poll. Maybe I'll stop doing it when Jarouge ends. But, like, maybe not. Guys, I tried to play a little ranked today. I don't have a real deck. I've been trying to make Mega Gyarados work, and it's just not a very good card. It's a very powerful card that is just, like, not fast enough to compete with the most meta decks right now that also a lot of people are playing. But it's kind of fun. I like it. I'm doing a poll, though. I almost have enough for a 10, but I'm not gonna... That takes for fucking ever. Let's pull off of Gyarados, though, because I think that's the one where I'm missing the most cards. Yeah, if Mega Gyar was 3 energy instead of 4, I think it would be dummy. It is fun to get it up and get the effect off and discard your opponent's cards, but it just happens so close to the end of the game, usually. Alright, ready? Kondo Shake? And then I promise we're jumping right in. I got a lot to talk about this week, but we'll talk about it during the game. 3, 2, 1. Alright, we got Sandslash, Miltank, Corphish, Ferroseed, and lastly, Crocodile. That's it. That's the pull. Nothing happened. I have 22 Corphish. I think he's my most pulled Pokemon card in the game. 22 Corphish. But he's a common, so you get one of those every game. And I got a thanks from some... I can't read that. Some Japanese player that I played against that I lost to. And you can't flare him anyway. Yeah, well, I never flare anything, so. Alright, ready? We pulling the Rouge up. We getting rid of the fire. Throw some sand on that shit. Combs got his pie, I hope. Because, baby, it's time to venture forward into the dark. This better work also. Better put me into the server. Okay, good. Because I tested it before the stream started, and it did then, so. Even though his name does not grace the title today, y'all know what it is. We got Jarouge. Even though his name is not gracing the stream title, y'all know it's Jarouge, and we're back in Majula. Give me 1 second also. I gotta get up. Oh. Made some real IQ moves. Hell yeah. Whoops. Good thing that I wasn't standing right next to the Emerald Herald when that happened. I accidentally pressed the attack button with my leg. You remember that one time that we did hit her? I remember she was hitting here. She was standing here when we did it. One time I accidentally did a big overhead swing on her. She's been leveling up that vitality though, because she kind of tanked it. Or whatever it's called in this game, endurance. It took like a third of, or like a third-ish of her health. Alright, last time, you guys, we spent most of the stream on one hallway in Aldia's Keep. Aldia, we found out, I believe, was the brother of King Vendrick. Was that confirmed? We know the Keep had something to do with this was like the abode of King Vendrick's brother. I would imagine he's Aldia because it's called Aldia's Keep. But he was performing some fucked up shit experiments in there. And then we made it through there. We beat this caged dragon thing that was fairly easy. To the Dragon Airy. This is where we met Emerald Herald, perhaps in her true form. Sis was telling me that she's supposed to be younger. She was the Emerald Little She instead of the Emerald She. The young Emerald She. But I didn't really understand like why that was relevant to this. But I would imagine it's probably because that big fortress back there off in the distance might be our endgame location. They gave us the ability to open a bunch of these like Vendrick doors, not last week, but the week before that. But this is the only one that really seems to lead anywhere, and the fact that this, like, there's not just one area back here, it goes further even, makes me think that, like, maybe there was just one that was anything. Or there's just way more game here than I thought. This playthrough is already longer than Dark Souls. I think officially this is the stream where it is. Dark Souls was 21 streams long. I looked at this recently, and I think this is stream 22, or this could even be 23? I don't know. I should. I just uploaded the VODs. But this one is longer than Dark Souls 1. And Dark Souls 1, we played a whole DLC campaign too. This is still just the main campaign. Oops. And I don't even think it's because of the same, like, chronic yapper's disease that is, like, that set Danganronpa 2 so much higher. I just think this is, like, a longer game. Even though it feels like we've also struggled less on it. Maybe we've been more thorough. But anyway, speaking of being thorough, I really want to be thorough with this area. It seems like there are a lot of little caves and nooks and crannies and things like that. And you know what I can say? 2 life lessons that you can get from me, Snack Attack 8, is be nice to yo granny, explore every cranny. Those are my 2 core pieces of advice for you guys tonight. Be nice to yo granny, explore every cranny. So write that down. What is this, a chicken? I forgot we have Curly's in this area too. Curly's back, you guys. I don't think I like that. Why? They're 2 separate. While they may be 2 linked pieces of advice when it comes to rhymes, they're 2 separate. They're 2 different things. Maybe they should be in the opposite order. All right, Will, good point. Let's revise it. It's explore every cranny and be nice to yo granny. Then maybe that's better. Maybe that offers a lighter implication. What's up, idiotness? The duality of man. I think that 2 of those things are the 2 of the most important things in the world, because if you're not nice to your granny, then... Except all the other people, probably, unless your granny's mean. But I think even if your granny's mean, you should still be nice to her, because that's good. And guys, welcome to Dark Souls. What's up, Tamal? And that's my life lesson for today. Oh, look at this little dragon nest wonder. This is where Rodile takes Paulette. Oh, Jesus. Curly. No! Ah! Did you see that? That was, can we get a Jarouge, can we get a JMV here? Can we get a Jarouge music video, a JMV, where he gets knocked down there and it goes, and I'm free, freak falling. Oh man, this shit sucks. Why are there so many of you now? I'm pressing the wrong button. I was pressing square to dodge roll as though I was playing Kingdom Hearts. It's so fucked, you guys. I'm running back. I'm running back here. Jarouge getting knocked into the pit and going, and I'm free. Yeah. Pauline, go by this advice. I think Pauline is so nice to her granny. Okay, I think we'll be fine, as long as we just don't get hit by another curly. Wait, is all my shit broken? Or is it just damaged? Oh my god, it's broken. Ugh! How do I get back? Wasn't there a way? Not from here, though. I don't want to go through here with this like this. Because I think I'm going to have to fight that big dragon also. Where did they come from? Oh no, not Pauline. Help Granny get up from the chair. One of my favorite anime scenes. One of my favorite, most emotional anime scenes. Oh my shit, would you look at that? Well, would you look at that? I got shit. Curly, stay the fuck away from me. One of my most favorite emotional anime scenes is from the anime Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken, which I think we all stopped talking about and are fucking stupid for doing that. And by we, I mean the rest of you guys, not me. This is a show that came out like 5 years ago. But there's one episode that I really love of that show where one of the main characters who's like she's their animator, and she's the most interested in like the thing she's most interested in is like the way people move and stuff, and you find out like the reason why she's like so into it kind of comes from this relation she has with her grandma. She kind of like studied movement as a way to like help her grandma like still like get up and get around and stuff like that. And then there's a part in her animation cut when they do their little film festival that like has all of those personal like touches for her in it. And there's no fucking stupid ass narrator who's like, that's the... It's just this little short film they made, and it leaves you to like, you know, it leaves you to understand like that this is why it was like this, and that like she put her whole like life story kind of into this animation. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and that's what's good about anime, and that's what's stupid about all the other animes that aren't as good as Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken. That show's a 10 out of 10. Well, I wanted to come back here anyway. You know what else we gotta do? Boom, boom. That bass line is so good. That song's fucking good. Anybody listen to The Art of Dying yet? That's one of the best songs off that album. And that is not a praise to be given lightly, you guys. Anybody listen to All Things Must Pass? I know it's only been 23 fucking streams. Combs got everybody listening to every XTC album. All I'm simply asking is George Harrison's triple album epic. I'm back down here and all my shit is still broken. This sucks. I'm gonna forge forward. I'm gonna try to get my shit back. I think that girl's name is Mizusaki. The girl from Eizouken. It's Asakusa is the main, like, not the main girl, but she's like the first girl. Asakusa, Mizusaki? Am I right about that? And then the meme girl. Her name is like Ka something. Karashi? No, Kanamori? Soramori? Something Mori. Fuck! Kanamori? Kanamori, right? He still remembers, guys. That show's good. Welcome to Jarouge. I'm killing this guy. Mizusaki Kanamori, he's still got it. She is Karashi-like, though. They have the same teeth. They have the tooth comb. It comes back like that when you know as much shit as I do. Jarouge! Snack. Yo, what's up, Isaac? Did anybody come in that I didn't say hi to? I don't think so. Comb? Why are we killing the curlies? I keep thinking they're dying is the problem. Because in that other area, Sis, there were those exploding curlies. And those guys did die. I thought these guys were also dying. But they're not, now that I realize. So, next time we go through here, we will. These guys are like even more annoying, corrosive curlies. If Itadori and Mahito fight in JJK2, what do we even do, kinda? That's such a good question. I mean, would that improve JJK2? Definitely. You guys, Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo came out on Sunday last week. That's not news. And that isn't news. I won't be talking about that. Oh, Jesus. All my rings? I'm gonna have to pop another soul of a fucking Onceler. Guys, how was everybody's week? It's the first week of December, as we already said. My week was fairly good. I've been a real slug when it comes to my fitness. Again, I was doing good for like another 2 weeks, and now I'm doing bad again. Can't we sell some shit to this guy also? I don't need to keep popping our consumable souls. No Heat November is over, though I still have had some days this week. I still have had some days this week where I didn't have the heat on, but it has been getting pretty chilly out, which I'm sure has not like helped me wanting to go out and do stuff. Isn't there a way to sell? Sis, do I have to do it with the armor guy? There was magma this week. No, my fitness is proportional to the use. Oh no, you're right. You're right. Is it only Gavlin, Wheel and Deal that you can sell to? I thought some other people, you could. Well, I don't want to go back into the zone because if we do, we'll just get stuck again. I really want my ring to be fixed. I guess we could go see Gavlin. You guys want to go check in with Gavi? He's not hard to get to. Let's do it. I changed the, whatever it's called. I, like, burned the aesthetic here in the Doors of Pharos, so maybe the monsters will be slightly more difficult. But how much more is slightly when these guys are chill? The only monster in the entire game that I don't like that's on my shit list is those fucking hippos from last week. These guys, I think, were taking 2 hits last time, though. Maybe, if that's how it works. The Gurm Warriors. Anyway, my informative walkthrough, you guys, Gavlin is up here. He's the homie. You can sell shit to him. We only need, like... Actually, I don't even think we need to sell anything. I think we're good now that I killed that one guy. But we could free up some of the inventory. You guys want to do this? Anyway, I hope everybody else's week was good. Other than my fitness being crappy. What was I gonna say? I don't know, a bunch of shit's going on. I applied to more jobs this week. I applied to a job at the aquarium in the town where I live. Go. 2026 docs list year. I applied to a job at an aquarium. Unspecifically somewhere decently nearby. And I probably won't get the job. Like, I don't know. It was like a weird long shot. It's also a part-time job. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know, like, I could work a part-time job for fun for a little bit. As long as I can pay rent, I'm not like, you know, like... that could be funny for me. I could have a fun era where I worked at a part-time job for 6 months. Then if I really liked it, I could have been like, hey, can I move up? Or if I didn't, then I could be like, all right, I guess I'll go find a real job. I don't know, it's a stupid idea, but it was a whim. It was also, it's because it sounded fun to me. I wrote a cover letter and everything, which I only sometimes do. I mean, I applied to other jobs this week too, but that was like my fun one. All right, that's enough. Gavlin, always a pleasure, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, I usually don't write cover letters, but like, I do know that they like, everyone says they do help your, applications, especially if you're applying to somewhere that you're if you're applying somewhere where your skills aren't exactly what the company is looking for, like maybe you don't necessarily have a certification or degree or experience in like one thing on there. If you can put that shit in your cover letter, and like maybe they won't read it, maybe they will. All I'm saying is, when I got my job at Geico, I going into it not knowing anything about insurance. Now, to be fair, the job I interviewed for at my old job that may or may not have been Geico, saved. The job I interviewed for there initially was not the job I got. They offered me a different job after seeing my interview. But I at least got the interview for that job without any experience in the field. And I did write a cover letter for that one, so. All I'm saying is, you never know. Better than a curly letter. See, what this one died. I guess I just gotta keep track of whether or not they explode or whether they are like the fart cloud curlies. Wait, now they're exploding. Sizz! What's going on here? Sizz! This is Azoken Room now. You guys, that show never got a second season. Even though the manga, I think, went on longer. It must not have been very popular. Like, outside of, like, the anime heads. That show didn't even get a second season. And here we are, fucking... putting out all the slop there is. Science Saru spending all their time on fucking Dandadan. A series that I like. And we talk about every week on here, on Jarouge. I saw Science Saru is, I think this is only like a month or so old now. They're animating that Paru Itagaki series where the guy is like Santa or something. You guys heard about this? We know what this is? I think it's called Sanda. As though like Santa, Sanda. You know about this? There's a series by the Beastars author where I think it's the kid has like the blood of Santa in him. And that's getting an anime adaptation. I keep seeing it on Twitter. I like the art style. It looks weird. It looks like her art style. But Beastars very much was like a CG thing. And didn't really capture it as well. I like her art a lot. I would like to read Beastars someday. Because it seems good. And a couple manga heads that I follow on like YouTube and stuff really like it. But obviously the manga for that is over now. I don't know. I think this one might be too. I know when that finished, Paru Itagaki wrote a bunch of like weird short manga. I think she wrote one where like this girl like fucks a ghost or something. I don't like, you don't quote me on that. But I remember reading about this one she wrote where like this girl like fucks a ghost. She has like really detailed orgasms from this ghost or something. I don't know. That's probably good too. I don't think that one's getting an anime adaptation though. That also might have been the 1990 movie Ghost. I don't know how we got on this topic. Did you guys know Paru Itagaki is the daughter of the author of Baki the Grappler? Next. We could talk about Dandadan though. Should we do it now? You guys, there was Dandadan this week. Dandadan has been good lately. I think the whole coalition of homies have agreed that the Amnesia arc has not been as bad as we thought it would be. Is my ring broken again? I think it's been, this was maybe like a month or two ago. I remember at one point going like, wait a minute, this is the content. And I feel validated in that thought. I think that the Amnesia arc has been pretty good content overall for the main romantic relationship in Dandadan, which has been needing some progress. And even though I do think I would be fine with it wrapping up fairly soon. Hell yeah, fuck this guy. This guy was a tough one, and this like area to fight him in sucks. But I also do not want to back up into the curly zone. I think we're doing better now though. And the effigy I used, we just got it back, so hell yeah. They just got out of a fight, and so I think I'm interested in where it's gonna kind of go from here. But there was like a big mummy guy. The mummy turned. So they've been fighting this bicycle riding mummy on Dandadan, and they pulled all of his wrappings off. Which exposed him to the elements, and then his body crumbled away. And out from his crumbling body burst what I can only describe as a weird occult, UFO, Yuma, lover, cryptid lover myself. I can only describe it as sky whale phenomenon, which if you're like a terminally online, occult fan, you know about sky whales. I also just really like saying sky whale phenomenon. I think it's an exquisite set of 3 words in sequence. So a big a big alien space whale came out of the mummy guy, and then he just exploded. It was very high effort art for something that was nothing. And did something else happen? I don't know, but it was a good chapter. I'm excited to see where it goes. What is that, Zebra? IYK-TYK? If you know TAC, you know. Oh, and then, okay, spoilers for Dandadan briefly. So Turbo Granny, a fan favorite character, the little scrimblow of the series, basically fucked off at one point. She was like, all right, I'm gonna head out. And she left, which has been bad on a number of counts. One, it's bad because she's hilarious and we love her. But 2, it's bad because one of the main characters doesn't have his powers anymore. He still has powers, but not his normal powers. I literally was just pressing square to dodge roll. Someone fucking help me. I'm double chugging here. Yes, about right. But Turbo Granny is back. She showed up because her granny bestie is in the hospital, and I hope she stays around. I'm hoping for kind of a little, not even necessarily an arc, but just a nice little way to reintroduce her to the story. So good chapter of that. Anyway, if it wasn't already obvious, I'm still playing Kingdom Hearts 1. Still playing Kingdom Hearts 1. Been having a blast with that playthrough. I've been in Super Boss Hell, and yesterday at least I was in Super Boss Hell, and then before that I've been in late game synthesis item grinding Hell. Question of the day for you, in like an RPG or something like that, what's your favorite, like, non-optional, or what's your favorite, like, optional thing like that? What's your favorite optional RPG activity? Because grinding, like, farming materials so I can make, like, rare, like, strong items, that might be my #1 favorite thing to, like, do in an RPG that's not, like, playing the main story. Or, like, a really fun minigame. I really don't like, grinding levels, and I almost never do it. Actually, let me back up. I like grinding levels in an RPG if it's like an old RPG and you like have to. I actually don't mind hitting like a difficulty spike and then being like, dang, I think I have to grind. I think that's a lost art, and I think that there's fun in that when it comes to RPGs. But other than that, like, there's some people that I know will grind to like level 100 in any game no matter what before beating the game, and that is not me at all. That's just not my thing. But if it's like an equipment grind or like again like a farmable item grind or something, that I'd love. And I will generally regularly sink my teeth completely into it, especially if there are trophies to be won. I want to get my shit because I had a lot. Yeah, something generic is what I was kind of meant, but you know, whatever. Is this Curly? No, I shouldn't have locked onto him. I think we have the Curlies taken care of here, though. I'm just gonna keep chugging because I don't want to die to this dragon again. Just because, like, it's fun, like, getting, like, one, it's fun to, like, feel like I'm on, like, a little treasure hunt. And, like, you know, I think... That's a lot of damage. Like, we don't even need to fight this guy is the other thing. He's sleeping when we get up here. I could run past him. But I kind of wanted to see if I could beat him. We've beat that dragon type before. All my shit is broken again also. It's so frustrating. Dark Souls gotta be my least favorite kind of area. The kind that shreds your fucking equipment. It's even more annoying than a poison swamp. A poison swamp, just let that shit run out. Stand on the high ground. Take your time. You'll be fine. Yeah, rare drops is what I mean. Like grinding rare items and stuff. I think you see a game if you do that. Even like something like Symphony of the Night, which is like, I wouldn't call it an RPG. Some people would though. If you do, it's fine. Symphony of the Night, I would call it Metroidvania, which I know, like, again, some people think is a nebulous term, but I think we just need to grow up, personally. But if you want to call that game an action RPG, again, I wouldn't really have a problem with it. Symphony of the Night is a game that I liked the first time I played it, and then I only fell in love with that game. I only fell in love with that game the time that I 100%ed it for trophies, and wound up getting like all of the like optional items and rare drops and all that kind of stuff. You see a game when you do that stuff. If you don't do that stuff, there's shit you like just will never see. And I think that's interesting. Hell yeah, get fucked, guys. The blowjob brothers. Alright, we're in a good spot here. Should we? I'm feeling reinvigorated. Should we go for the dragon again? First thing that comes to mind are the mana pills in Metaphor. I definitely did grind those mana pills in one part in Metaphor. But for me, it's like less those kind of items and more like rare items. Stuff that you're like Sis said, you're like kind of checking off a list. You have a list of objectives and you're like, all right, I gotta get these specific things. And these are the monsters that drop them. And I need to equip all of the best like luck boosting gear. So I've got enough so I have the best chance of them dropping. And I gotta find my optimal little spot where I can just run this farm like over and over and over and over again. I think that's fun. I'm going for the tail cut. Monster Hunter Rouge. Fuck it. He didn't even wake up! Oh, yes, he did. Yeah, and item synthesis, I think, is the most rewarding way of, like, getting those kind of, like, drop farms. I guess in Castlevania, it's more usually you're just looking for the item itself. It's not as much about, like, materials. But I generally do like synthesis systems a lot, as long as the menu is good enough. Anyway, all that is to say, I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 1. Last night I beat the Hades Cup, and then I beat the Phantom, who's one of the super bosses. And then I beat, and then I did not beat Kurt Zisa, who is one of the other super bosses. I got some good progress on him. This is the first time I've ever fought Kurt Zisa. Considering the only time I ever beat Kingdom Hearts 1 was on the PS2 version. I've never actually played the final mix of that game. Yeah, I've been progging on it. I'm learning. What do you call them? I'm learning my not positionals. What do you call in the MMO when there's like 4 billion circles on the screen? Rotations? No, that's for your skills. What do you call it? I'm learning that on Kurt Zisa. And I think I could, like, if I just went like left and came back, I would be doing better at that boss. But it's fun to like it's fun to just try to do it at the level you're at. Brute force it, gamer mode it. So I've been doing that. Miles McKenzie, Pixel, what a great page turn. I'm gonna say something extremely unsnack-like. I'm gonna say something insanely unsnack-like here. Are you ready? Fuck you, Curly. My shit's all already broken already, dude. You've got nothing. I'm gonna say something insanely unsnack-like. It's not a compliment to Will. Moving on to worse games, in addition to Kingdom Hearts 1, I've been playing Metroid Prime 4. I bet you never thought you'd hear Stack say that. Moving on to games that are worse. You guys, Metroid Prime 4 came out this week. Somewhat contentiously, I think, for the gamers at large. For whatever that's worth, it scored like an 80. Which is not a bad score if you are a like sane person who makes your own review scores and you score things on a scale of 1 to 100. I like the 10 point / 100 point scale. I think there's merit in giving things number scores as long as you're, again, like a sane person who's giving it. It's fun to do. I think it's clear. It's, helpful. Again, if it's you. However, the game industry does not work like normal sane people. And an 80 usually means like decent. And everything below an 80 is like trash. And everything above an 80 is good. If to great. Obviously, Metroid Prime not reviewing as well as the, like the other games in its series or the other big Nintendo games of this year was never going to dissuade me from getting it. Metroid Prime 1 is my favorite game. We talked about that on here a bunch because we talked about Prime 4 on here a bunch. And I actually didn't read a ton of reviews for the game even. I didn't read read a full review. I read some blurbs, I saw some scores, and I read some single tweet takes from people on social media and stuff. And that's all I really wanted to see because I was like, well, I'm just not like I'm not going to get the game. I'll just, I don't want to know even everything that's in it. Or even something. Like, I just don't like to be... I don't feel the need to, engage with that stuff to that level. I just would rather just get it in my hands and go through it. And what can I say about the game? One, it's very pretty. I've been mostly playing it in quality mode, which if you don't know, is maybe the only big AAA game this year that's quality mode runs in 60 FPS that's stable. 4K at 60 FPS on the Switch 2. And the performance mode, which I have dabbled in, which also looks quite nice, is it 1280? I don't know. A good resolution, and it runs at 120 frames per second. Both look great. I've just been playing in quality mode because 60 is like good enough for me, and I wanted the resolution to be as high as possible because I'm playing it on my OLED, and it looks nice. The area design is also good too. A lot of people have been pointing out that like the first area you go to, which is like this jungle area, has all these little bugs and little critters like skittering around on the level geometry and the foliage and all this cool stuff. And then those critters are actually scannable, which was very delightful to me. Because Metroid Prime, everybody who like knows Metroid Prime and knows the series knows that scanning is a big part. The scan visor is basically like your bestiary. And they always hide some scans that are very missable in the games. Like these tiny little insects or bugs or stuff like that. So in the first area where there are a bunch of these little bugs and stuff, I had a fun time like going back and forth between the first couple rooms just trying to find every little thing to scan, so. That part about it is good. The music is pretty good. There are some other cool Metroid Prime-y things. Like, everybody knows that in Prime 1, one of the most impressive things is the way that, like, the environment, like, you kind of, like, see the environment through the physical Samus's visor in the game. Whether it's the little raindrops, like, dripping down onto your visor screen or some stuff like that. And there's one new thing like that I was able to find in this game, which I don't think has been in any of the other Metroid Primes. It's definitely not in Prime 1. In Prime 1, and also all the other games, there's this effect where when you are in the dark and you're shooting, like a light source happens. Usually it's like you've shot a charge beam at something, charge beam blast, and you're in the dark. You can see Samus's face, like, light up in like the glare on the visor, and that's still in this game. I should have locked in there. I shouldn't have been yapping. We gotta go a long way now. That's still in this game, but they've taken it a step further, and now when you like, you know, make like a bright light quickly in like a dark room, her like eyes kind of like wince and recoil in it. You still like see her eyes, but she squints them because it's like too bright for her. And for the Metroid Prime heads, like, that stuff means things. Again, it's just like a more advanced version of this animation that's been in the game already for like 13 years. But I did that a ton once I discovered it. I was very taken with that. Just because it's like, you know, that's what you would actually expect Samus to do, and her like eyes animate and everything. So that's cool. I think that the gameplay is pretty fun. There's this new like lock-on aiming kind of thing that I think they want to do because of the mouse controls are a thing now. I actually have not played with the mouse controls yet because I don't know. I guess like just when I was playing, I was just more sucked into the game, and also I was kind of sitting like reclined on my couch, and I was like, I don't know if I have like a good enough surface to do this with. I know a lot of people are saying you can even use your leg, and it's like decently, it like functions decently well, but I don't know. When I was playing, I was ski cozy, wrapped up in my blankie, lying reclined on the couch, and I just didn't feel like it was the right time. But the game without mouse controls feels fine. I had to turn the right stick sensitivity up a lot because it was very like sluggish. Doing the little you lock on, and then you can you stay locked on and just strafe around and stuff. But you can also move Samus's reticle with the right stick after that, which sounds again like something that would be normal But for, like, if you've played Prime 1 or 2, it's not normal. Those games had single stick movement and aiming. And then only did it get dual stick aiming with the Wii versions of those games, which used the pointer. And then finally, the Prime Remastered has dual stick aiming with the right stick, even though I like to play that game with the original control scheme still. But this definitely asks you to do it a lot more. So, but I've just been playing with sticks. But like the like fighting and stuff seems definitely more fast-paced. I actually died, and the thing I've died already, which is like not something I've done in like Prime 1 in a long time. And I don't think I ever did it in like 3, because 3 is just an easy game. 2 is not an easy game, and the original version of Prime 2, I've definitely, every time I play that, I expect to take 1 or 2 deaths. But I died, so I like felt good about that. I was like, all right, we got something here. Definitely part of it was sort of more that I was just kind of like still kind of figuring out like the best way to do the fights. But there was this sort of mini boss enemy that appeared and I battled. So that's been fun. The things that aren't good about the game, I'm probably maybe like 2 or 3 hours in. And even though I believe currently the game wants me to feel like this, I have not yet felt free. And most of it's, I think, just the area design. Like the first world, which is this plant, like a plant jungle world called Fury Green. Basically, the entire area is one long linear path. You meet the yappy Marvel character, Miles McKenzie, almost called him Miles Morales. You meet Miles McKenzie in Fury Green at the end of this long linear path. And then you go around in a circle with Miles, get back to the linear path, and then you leave that area. But then after that, you go to the second area, which is this like lightning area, which was also in the trailers. And the lightning area is a set of 3 towers where you just go like up and down them, and then you go right from that to the next tower. So both of those areas have felt very linear, and they go like right back and like right into each other, one then the other. And again, even in like Prime 1, you know, I'm not gonna say like like at Prime 1, the first 2 areas do funnel you one into the other 2, but you have to discover where the room to the second area is, and then the second area is this big, expansive, sprawling zone with 2 or 3 like room loops. That's definitely much more complex. And personally, I know everybody has been really complaining about this Marvel dialogue nerd guy, Miles McKenzie, that you come across. And I think I think I'm a pretty charitable guy, and having spent some time with him, the fact that I'm playing as Samus, I genuinely think I like could get into Miles McKenzie. I think I could like him enough, just in the mere like roleplay of me like Samusing into a room and going like, no time for that, Miles McKenzie. Like I think that like I'm not saying that like the fact that he's in the game and like that is good or bad. I'm just saying I think I could have fun with that, except for the fact that it feels like the whole like he's just like the greater problem of the entire game design, which is that like even there's a part a lot of people have been saying like, well, Miles only like tags along with you and he like follows you around for the first like 15 minutes or so after you find him, and that is true. You do eventually split up with Miles, and you explore the rest of that first area on your own. However, to get out of that first area with him, you have to wait for him to walk through the room, speak all his dialogue, and then like click these buttons on this computer. And then when he finishes clicking buttons on the computer, then you scan it, and it turns the power on for this other part of the room, and then you leave Miles. The problem with that is that you should just walk into that room, be able to find the thing you need to scan it, go do the other part of the puzzle, and then walk on. It's not the fact that he has Marvel dialogue that is bugging me so far. It's that it feels like this is going to be the design philosophy of the whole game. And to some people, that may not seem like a huge deal. Like, you're still doing the thing on your own, but I don't know. I think that sucks, kind of. He also calls you on the radio comms, which I have not found a way to turn off in the menu. The menu also does this thing where it like boop 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 like zooms out and then it ding 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 shows you where you need to get to. And Metroid Prime has that also, but you can turn it off. And it doesn't seem like you can turn it off in this. The only thing I've found that you can turn off is the on-screen tutorials for like what the buttons do and stuff. Which I don't even want because I want to know how to use my like power-ups and stuff. There was another moment, I'm just going to get this out of the way now. There's another moment where, again, I think there's a reality where I could have liked this. There's another moment where you're crossing this bridge to like the first big temple, and you have Miles with you at this point. This is before he becomes your little radio talking guy. And these monsters jump up over the bridge and like attack you in these 3 waves as you get to like the first third, second third, and last third of the bridge. They have these little circular arenas. And in the first part of the bridge, they jump up and Miles is like, "Oh God, oh geez, Rick," and he's like shooting them with the gun. Again, fine to me. I think I could have liked that. But you beat the first wave of guys, and so then after that, I'm like, just strutting. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I'm crossing the bridge. Miles is behind me. He's talking. I don't really give a fuck about that. I'm making my way. And I get to the second arena, and I hear him like yelling, and I hear like the growls of the alien monsters and stuff. And some of them start jumping up, but then some of them are behind me attacking him. Like I have to turn around to go back and shoot them. And if you've played Metroid Prime, like, if you are gonna get into a monster encounter, those games are very, like, good about having them all plop down in front of you and then, like, fan out. So originally I was baffled as to why these monsters are behind me. And I think the answer I've settled on is the game wants you to be doing your own AAA walk and talk with Miles at his pace, so that when the monsters all jump up in front of him, you are there behind, like they are there in front of you too. But that's not what I did. I just ran out into the arena and they all spawned behind me. So that stuff does not inspire confidence for that part of the game, that level of the game. Other than that, like again, it just feels like the areas have been very linear so far. So all that is to say, I'm having a fun time with it. The area I just got to was themed very well. It's like a lightning-powered factory for the bike thing that you get. And so as you go down into these little towers, there are these puzzles you have to do where it's like you're on the factory assembly line, where it's like all these little bike parts are being like put together and everything's like whirring and moving. There's a cute puzzle that took me a minute to figure out where there's one like mechanical arm that's putting the wheels on the bike, and you have to morph ball into the little slot where the wheels are coming out and trick it into thinking you are a wheel, and then it lifts you up into this little conveyor belt area that you roll through with the morph ball, and that was very fun. I liked that a lot. I'm just hoping that the game eventually at one point opens up a little bit more, especially because it seems like they tried to force an open world into it too. I have also seen people say there is a point where the game opens up more and allows you to pick like one of 3 areas, and only one of the areas you are able to like complete at that time. So might be a Dark Souls 2 dub there. I've seen a bunch of people who are just like, they're gonna act like you can go do the other areas. Just go to the volcano. It's the only one you're able to complete. Everything else is a waste of time. Which, you know, to some people, maybe there's fun in that kind of freedom. Being able to find out for yourself that you can't progress. But again, it all seems very railroady to me. But I really don't think I'm asking a ton of the game. I think I'm being pretty generous. I'm having fun with it. I'm not saying Metroid Prime is a non-Euclidean, non-linear masterpiece. It's a fairly straightforward game, in my opinion. But this doesn't seem to be the case. And again, I'm thinking like maybe it's just not possible. Like maybe in our modern era, there's just no, like, I don't know, a game like this Nintendo is not going to make like that. I even think Metroid Dread, for as good of a game as that is, Charouge! For as good of a game as Metroid Dread is, which I think is a great game, I think that even that game feels hesitant to let you get lost. Which for you know, like Metroidvania novices or newcomers, I'm sure that they like. I'm sure some people enjoy that. It's definitely an intentional element of the design because they want you to they want you to feel like you're figuring out where to go. And I think for a newer player you would. But for me, I look at like the way that game is laid out, and I'm like, oh, they're fun. Like you can tell that they're funneling you. And to be kind to Dread, I think they do it in a pretty, like in a well-designed way, where it doesn't feel like the game is like holding your hand. It's just very much like ushering you from one area to the next. So again, I'm not saying the bar is set super high. Maybe Prime 4 will surprise me. But from what I've seen so far, I don't have super high hopes about it. I still think I'll end up enjoying it though, because I've had fun with what I've been playing. I felt the magic once or twice. And also, like the point Sis brings up, Hollow Knight Silksong came out this year, so I feel like Metroidvanias are very much still alive. Alright, we've killed the dragons, so now we're doing good. Yeah, last week even at the beginning of this stream, Sis, I think I was like, oh, I don't want to break the eggs. And nope, we're fucking just destroying them. But the eggs have fucking curlies in them, Sis. Once I saw that, it was over for the eggs. The eggs, I swear one of those eggs had a curly in it. Fuck you guys. Fuck y'all. Oh, shit. That's a rough one. We had like 50,000 souls up there. That's a rough one. I should have gone and leveled up. We had a lot of souls. Left a lot of souls up there. But anyway, that's Prime 3. If you love Metroid, I would still say probably, I don't know, probably pick it up maybe. I'm excited to see like what, you know, the big thing about those games, especially for me, is just like, you know, seeing the cool levels, hearing the music, just like getting lost in that kind of like atmosphere. Seeing what all the bosses look like, because I think the boss designs are always interesting and fun in that. And just a good, I just like that stuff too, so that'll still be good. Yeah, I saw that, Will. Like, Tom Morello found out that Soken was like a fan of Rage Against the Machine, and he was just like, alright, I'll make it a song for this shit. It's pretty cool. I have also been playing, oh, interesting. I've also been playing 100 Line, still. I've been trudging through some real dog shit on 100 Line. Did we talk about this on Sunday? I think I did. I played a couple pretty bad routes. But then I played a good one. Then Agumon did get up. I played one route that was funny. That made me laugh. I took a bunch of screenshots of it that I'm gonna have to dance around for Donkey Kong on Sunday. And then I'm into there. So, like, at the point I am in the game right now, there's only one route that I knew the name of, that I knew people didn't like, that I hadn't played yet. And it's the one I just started. But so far it doesn't seem too bad. It kind of all hinges around like one game mechanic that I know a lot of people don't like, that I'm more neutral towards, that I think is fine. So, you know, I'm up to 32 endings on that now, you guys. I didn't think I'd ever see the day. I didn't think it was possible, but I'm almost a third of the way through all the endings in the game. Oh, Jarouche. Good save, buddy. Get out of here, you. FF14 was worried about streaming the game with the song, and Morello was like, I'll do whatever you need. I'm not doing this for the money. That's awesome. What's up, Parker Luck, also? That's cool. And I like Rage Against the Machine. Or, you know, like, liked. I like them, but I like, you know, like I like the Rage Against the Machine albums that are like iconic from like, you know, like the the late 90s, early 2000s, around that time, the good ones. All right, this is where, fuck you, Curly. Alright, this is where we dropped down. Where is this, though? Where does this go? Because that guy was not one of the dragons we killed before. Because they don't respawn. But that looks like where we came across. I'm exploring this. Fuck you. Get the twinkling demon too. Whoops. Oh well. Whatever he's called, the twinkling lizard. So yeah, I've been big gaming. What else is new? Big gaming instead of big shirking my duties and gaming. And I still haven't finished Legend ZA. Here's my, I'm gonna let you guys know my gamer goals of 2025 still. Beat Metroid Prime 4. Beat the Kingdom Hearts 1 replay. Beat Pokemon ZA. That's it. That game, I think I'm probably within the last like 10-ish hours of, if I like really hustled. And I stopped taking a bunch of screenshots of Destiny, which I definitely won't do. So it will probably take longer, but oh, this goes back up to this top part. Okay. But I've kind of put that on hold because I've been playing that in Call and stuff, and then that kind of turned into Kingdom Hearts more. Whoa, Curly baby. Oh, a nice Pharos' Lockstone. How do I get back from here, Lamau? Steiner? There's shit down here. Jarouche? Maybe there's an illusory wall. You don't? Dang it. Well, I guess I got a bone back then. Or we could just Art of Dying, but I've lost enough souls. What did I get from that? I guess a Lockstone is kind of good, but at this point in the game, I feel like it sort of isn't. I think I have a couple of them already, and that's all that you ever really need is a few. The dragons are finished, though, so I think we're making progress now. What time is it? Oh, almost 1? Oh, tight. My other goal is to beat the main campaign of Dark Souls 2 before the end of the year. Tonka Metroid felt related to something I've been struggling with. Don't have time for every game to do the persistence mastery payoff thing. Don't think the ones I deign to invest in are much better than others. You mean like games that are hard and you gotta get better at them? Cause like I get that, I guess. Sometimes like, I don't know, sometimes if you're, especially if you like don't have a lot of time, I don't think there's anything wrong with just like playing a game on easy or playing a game with a guide or something like that. Playing Golden Sun again, I have to do it with the guide because Jinn are in wacky places and the game does not respect your time. That doesn't sound like Golden Sun. Golden Sun, a game that doesn't respect your time? Or what? No, we looked up the Jinn at the end of the game, I think. Because a lot of them I don't think you can get right away. Some of them you can. And I like those puzzles for some of the Jinn too. Like those ones where you gotta like go out of bounds in the little towns and stuff like that. I think those are pretty fun. But as I recall, we definitely saved those for like close to the end of the game, and we just went and wrapped them all up at the end. And we did everything on Golden Sun on the stream. And if I was playing on my own, I don't think I would have finished Golden Sun. But no, I like that part of the game. I think that, oh, Jarouge, you're alive! Jarouge, you're alive! I like that. I think that part of the game is fine. I think it's fun. But yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you know, especially if you're busy, you have a certain amount of free time hours in a day. You don't necessarily want to commit like to like a game that has like a steep, if not rewarding, learning curve. I usually, at least, just because it's sort of my nature, like I feel bad if I don't do that, at least if it's for a game that I like. But the trade-off is that it takes me like 6 months to beat a game. Or I get to the very, very end of a JRPG or something, and I put it down for a little bit, and then I don't go back to it ever again. And then I start talking shit about it for no reason. But like, yeah, I think that's the trade-off. Like, if I'm like, I'm playing on hard, I'm not grinding, I'm gamer moding this shit. Sometimes you don't have the energy for that every time. So, like, in that way, I'm sure some people would enjoy some of the, like, if Metroid Prime 4 has some sort of elements sanded off, you know. I'm not saying that's wrong, I'm just saying my own personal review. Because, like, that Metroidvania kind of game genre is my favorite genre. It's, like, a way that I like to play those that it doesn't really feel like it's aligning with. But only in that, like, specific way. Everything else about it has been good so far. I say it runs immaculately. How do they get that game? Like, it definitely isn't the best looking game. Like, there are some kind of like rough textures in some places. In the jungle area, there are these leaves that are like very polygonal, and they masked it, I think, in a really funny way. Where I think they're like alien triangle leaves. But if you look at them, they're clearly like very low polygon like foliage. But again, it is a Switch 1 game. It has to like run well on the Switch 1 too. And I think it still looks and plays quite nice, especially in immaculate super mode 120 FPS frame rate. Get fucked, Navlin. Navlin, wheel and deal. Do we know this guy's wheel and deal? Didn't we hear? Did Navlin? Wait, is he the guy who is he the assassin guy? He's the guy that I freed and Sis was like, dang it, you fucked up, Steiner, and I was like, oops. Isn't he that guy? Yeah, the maniac. Don't go up to the dragon's area, Jarouge. There's a fucking maniac on the loose up there. This will take me back to where we started, right? I can see the bonfire in there. That's the bonfire. So we don't want to take this. There was a zip line, like, up there, I think. And there... Don't think I haven't noticed it. I'm well aware. There is a zip line on the top of that area where the bonfire is. And I have noticed that there is a corpse item right here in the middle of the zip line, as though they want you to drop off of it and get that. But I will do that after I have found a second bonfire in the Dragon's Area, I believe. Or until we go into the castle, which it seems like we're on the way there. That seems fun. It just also seems like something that they want you to fucking fall and die 400 times until you figure it out. Oh, and I guess a zip line that also leads right here. So maybe that is, maybe we should go for that. I didn't know there was one that led all this way. We wanted the stuff we found though, right? Even though I wasn't paying attention to any of the item drops that we got. Oh, this is making me sick. Jarouge, go back. Oh, my stomach. On the topic of hard games, though, also, I truly think what's hard to one is not hard to all. This is not a humble gamer brag, but Nakey Jakey put out a Hollow Knight Silksong video. One of my... This is going to get burned by a dragon or something, right? Nakey Jakey posted, which is something he only does like a couple times a year. He, Oh, Jarouge. What is this, Pokemon? Should we move forward or should we run back? Well, I don't want to fuck up this set piece. Hold on for dear life, Jarouge! Well, at least I know there's a zip line that goes over here now. That is scripted Art of Dying. What I was saying is... Nakey Jakey, who posts a couple times a year, he was on like a long hiatus. He doesn't post super long videos. They're usually like 40 minutes or so. But sometimes he spends a long time on them, because some of them are fairly well scripted, some of them aren't as scripted. One of my favorite YouTubers, though, I just really like his sense of humor. I think his points are like decent. He has some good videos about like Rockstar and stuff like that. But mainly, I like just his delivery and his humor. Just like resonates a lot with me. It's very down to earth. And he posted a video that was sort of like a retrospective about his like 10 years on YouTube, but it also was also about Hollow Knight Silksong. And I don't think it was one of his best videos. I felt like it didn't feel like I guess the point of the video was that it was not supposed to be super serious, which he kind of was upfront with. And I liked what he had to say about Silksong, but it didn't really feel like a very organized critique. But it was still good. I still liked the video. Anyway, he, in the video, brings up there's a run back in Silksong that like almost everybody complained about. And basically the point of the video was like, you know, this game has some crummy moments. It has some moments that feel like they're mean on purpose. But I still am loving it, so whatever. Was sort of the general takeaway, at least as I interpreted it. But one of the big crummy moments that he mentions is this run back, which is right at the very end of like Act 1. It's at the very end of the Act 1 like area before you get to the Act 1 boss, basically. Like final boss before you go into like the second part of the game. And this run back, again, like I knew this one was bad before I even did it. I don't think it colored my impression of it at all, because I kind of just breezed right through it. I went, oh, this is where it spawns you back. This is where they want me to go. But I realize if I do these couple wall jumps really fast, I won't have to fight any of the monsters, and it'll take me like 20 seconds to get back to where I was. I saw the objective. I saw where I started. I found the fastest route to get there, and then I just was able to farm. The boss only took me a couple attempts anyway. But I see so many people that I know are good at games talking about how brutal Hollow Knight Silksong is. And even though it definitely has some really tough bosses, I think the toughest bosses are optional ones that you fight early in the game that you're just not really equipped for. And other than that, I felt like to me, it felt like a fairly straightforward level of difficulty. Like, did I have to farm attempts for an hour or so on a couple bosses? Definitely. but I did not think it was one of the hardest games I'd ever played. However, I am also a Neanderthal who gets confused in RPG menus, even in simple games like Kingdom Hearts. Like, it's just like some people are better at some kinds of games than others. They're just like a fast-paced 2D like action game like that is something that I see and I'm like, I will learn this. But something that's like very like menu intensive like that, I'm like, I will play the entire game of this and just not understand it. Even though I love RPGs, it's just like not my forte. RPGs that aren't Golden Sun, that is. My forte. I also do love Golden Sun, you guys. I love what it gave us. I could never say I don't love Golden Sun. I have an emote of it. I have a Golden Sun emote on this channel. I have an emote of Mia from Golden Sun dressed like a pirate. And I have a raid alert that goes, oh, bones. There's more Golden Sun representation on this channel than like generational games we've played. Yeah, Snackayar is Mia, but she's a little pirate. Wanda. Alright, I'm just kind of figuring this out. Like, can I get through here at all? It doesn't seem like I can. I think I may need to find a different way, or maybe I have to equip like a ring or something. Because this doesn't seem to be working. We'll play the last stage on here sometime, and you can come by for it, idiotness. Maybe you can coach me on liking the game better, if you know that one. Because none of us fucking do. We did pretty good on Golden Sun, though. I think we figured it out. But again, like, so... Golden Sun has this system that is pretty cool with, but I ended up just not feeling encouraged to engage with. Where if you mix and match the genie on each character, there are, like, class changes, and the moves, like the spells and stuff they can use change. And I think that system is cool, but I never, like, I like could not fucking wrap my head around the menu, like, for the genie page, where it's like, you know, like, trade this one, and then this shows what you've got equipped, and then this arrow shows what you will have equipped when you make that change. For like, for some people, I'm sure they would go in there and be like, I'm playing with all of these. I'm doing this to this and this to that and like all this stuff. And eventually at the end of that game, I was just like, well, like all Venus Jin on Isaac kind of just seems like his on Bones. I'm sorry. All like just completely only Venus Jin on Bones seems like the easiest way for me to do consistent damage and stuff. So I'm just gonna keep him on that. So you know. Hating the most is how you should be checking pots and chests, but yeah, there's a lot of games that are like that. Like a lot of old RPGs are like that. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll need like the crest of the dragon or something to get across that bridge. So I think I'm gonna leave it for now. Go back. Papa Consumi, Yoshizawa. Papa Consumi Yoshizawa, level up, get rid of my shit, and then get that stupid ass item on the corpse down there, and maybe that'll be what I need. The dragon appearing on the bridge is cool, though. Hello, she. What does she call you? Bearer of the curse. I see you've already talked about Don this week. I was much looking forward to hearing about it. It's okay, Emerald She. I'll come back. It only happens if you break lots of eggs? Fuck. We had the right idea last week. Dang it.
I will always be at your side until hope has fully withered.
Will has watched Gintama today. Don't worry, Emerald Herald. I know that's not news. I'll come back to you with some real news. Who should I pick? I'm thinking Adib. Will is not content bearer. Fuck, I should repair my shit. You know what? Fuck it. I will come back and repair my shit once I can get into the keep. And not a moment before that. I have another content piece to share with you, Will. Did Zebra make more content? Will is getting very close to the end of Gintama, as little as news that is. And you want to know what I was thinking about the other day? No shade to Will, because, like... I'm excited he's going through the show, and I like talking about it with him. But I started my Gintama rewatch 2 years ago. Like, I was hype and psyched on like rewatching Gintama and everybody getting into it when I started doing my rewatch. But that was December of 2023. Not last night, but like a couple nights ago, I was in bed and I was just like thinking about like stuff in the last years or so. And I was like, oh, I must have started the Gintama rewatch like December last year, right? And I was thinking about it because I remembered it was in December. It was in the winter, and I was just thinking about it more. And I was like, no, that couldn't have been, because I remember Zebra was already in the show, like in the middle of the show in the middle of last year, and he was moving like really slow on that. And then I went and I pulled up my social media, and I gasped, seeing that I started it almost 2 years ago. And I really think that's 2024's fault, because that year felt like it flew by. '24 was and I lost the race, even though I had such a head start. Yeah, that's almost 24 Japan trips ago. It's crazy to think about it like that. In that really weirdly specific way, crazy to think about that. 2024 I felt like was such a stagnant year, and also it felt like it flew by. Actually, there was some fun stuff in 24. I went and I got to see some friends, like my long distance friends. I saw like all of my friend groups, and I didn't make much progress in like streams and stuff because we streamed like the same 3 games all year, one of which was Golden Sun, Bones and Friends. And then like that was like when work was like getting more and more unbearable for me. 2024, that was the year that we started going back in the office regularly, and also my schedule had changed to early mornings all through that year. Or was that the beginning? No, that was 2024. So that shit sucked. Winter of last year was like a super low point for me. That's where I really started feeling the pressure to quit. And also I just like mentally felt like I was in like a really crappy place. And also I just also so happened to be right in the middle of Metaphor ReFantasia. And it was not Metaphor's fault, but I do think that like that kind of played a factor in it. That was also right when I was in the middle of that game. Sometimes that just happens. We're emotional creatures. Hell yeah, Jarouge. We got it on the second try. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I think these arts of dying are cheap. I don't agree with these. I'm still counting them, but there's no way to get off here unless you die or you homeward bone. But I think I'm feeling better this year. In the winter, at least. Except I've been, like, just so lethargic, but that happens in the winter time. Especially when, again, like, my schedule is kind of just what I choose. Oh, yeah, you're right, Sis. Well, that's gotta be what the design is here, then. I forgot about that. We got that feather last week that lets us homeward bone no matter what. So that's absolutely what they intend for you to use here. And I think I wasted a lot of time, too. I mean, I spent a lot of time... Let's talk about 2025. I spent a lot of time waiting around for the trip to Japan this year. And because I knew I was going to quit in, like, May, I didn't quit until September. Those last 4 months were, like, really a struggle for me to, like, want to do anything other than come home from work and, like, sleep. Remember, I spent a lot of time, like, just coming home and, like, napping instead of doing, like, a hobby or something, which I normally do. And I was just got to get to September where I can focus on, quit, and then focus on getting ready for Japan and all that. And I just, like, the whole summer just flew by because of that for me. With the eggs respawned, even Sis, we still are out of favor with the dragons. It seems like it doesn't matter now. It just mattered the first time. And now, like, I'm kind of, like, nervous about life. Like, things, like, I just, like, worry that, you know, I won't get something good going on in the next couple months, but I'm trying to keep a positive attitude about it all and stay working on it and not just play video games all day or something. Which, you know, I can't do forever unless I wanted to, like, move back home, which I will not do. I can't do that forever, but because I can kind of do it some days I just, like, I'm just like, fuck it today. But I don't think it's been so bad. I feel like I've been holding myself decently accountable. And it is an uncertain time also. It's so true. I don't think I am good now that they've respawned Sis, because we died a bunch of times and then we ziplined right there and I didn't break a single egg. And it still didn't seem to make doesn't make a bit of difference. The eggs are inert. I guess we'll go back. We'll retrace our steps and see, like, if there's a dragon area I missed or something. I'm not sure how you'd even get over here without cracking a few eggs. You gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet. You know what I'm saying? Pretty day-by-day attitude, Will. Don't pop off. Yeah, it's the longer-term stuff that's, like, hard to just... I don't know. It's hard to, like, know what you want, sort of, you know? Or, like, something you want, but you, like, don't know how to get it. But I think such is the way of those who are the age that vaguely we are. Will not included, because Will is not the age that I am. And Zebra isn't really also, but you know what I mean. I mean, like, he pretty much is. What the fuck was that? When it comes to stream stuff, like, on this channel, I also feel like, even though I liked this year, I feel like I did not do what I thought we were gonna do on stream this year. I did not accomplish what my vision was. Which was basically, like, when we started Dark Souls 2, because I knew this would take forever, especially because we were taking a Friday off each month, like, just because of my work schedule for, like, the first 3/4 of the year. And then a whole month of the year, I was going to Japan, and then I also got sick after that, and so I had to take like a whole month of Fridays off. But my goal was, when we started Dark Souls 2, I wanted to move the smaller, like, weird games that we normally play on Friday and do them on Sunday instead. And I feel like we really hit the ground running with that, with those Sonic games, which were like... Sonic and the Secret Rings, I think, might have been my favorite playthrough this year. Personally, I think it's the one that was the funniest, at least, for sure. But, like, so I felt like I was, like, feeling really good about that. I was like, yeah, like, this is my vision. This is what I wanted. And then DK Bonanza came out, and I, like, don't regret, like dibsing that and playing it, because I think it's been great, and like I really love getting to have, like, especially like the experience of playing the ending and all that. I've loved being able to do that on stream and have that like recorded. But it just took like such a long time that now I feel like my original vision for like the weird Sunday era didn't really come into being. Even though it, like, if this goes on quite a ways after DK ends, we will go back, like, we will do more like stupid weird small games on Sunday. I have a couple in the tank. I just haven't really decided. DK64 was a bad turning point. That's awful, Will. I'm sorry that a game so good had to, like, come at, like, such a negative time for you. I'm sorry that a game so good was maybe, like, tainted by that. Kind of like Metaphor for me. Games of similar quality. But, like, I think, you know, I think the streams have been good. I certainly don't feel like I have nothing to talk about. It's just not what I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to play weird games all year on Sunday, and I was going to do like 4 billion fucking playthroughs, but that's not what we did. Taking off all your gear? You think getting naked will help me here, Sis? Well, okay. Even my sword and shield and stuff? I'm keeping my Nox on. You can't separate those from me. This is what peak gauntness looks like. Look at my little fucking taint abyss. This is what gauntness... This is... You might not like it, but this is what peak gauntness looks like. Jarouge will walk naked into the flame. But we had a couple emotes. We had I actually don't even remember what emotes we were new this year. Was Snackayar this year? If it was like if it was like really, really, really early. It feels like it would have been late last year, but we finished Golden Sun in like December. And then Snacka Random is the other one I don't know about. Cause that, God, look at his back. Jesus, Jarouge. Because that shit also ended in December. So I don't know if Snacka Grease or I think Snacka Grease was like the very last stream of Pokemon. So that would have probably been last year. I don't remember. But... And Snacka Hum? Can I get a Does anyone remember this better than me? Anyone with a better memory? He's kind of got like a bit of an ass, though. Like, with the wrap on, it's not like inverted. It's certainly like protruding still. And I think this wrap is this little loincloth is skin tight. I think he's like, it's not a dumpy, but it's not nothing. Good job, Jarouge. Snacka Hum, I feel like, was the beginning of this year. I feel like we got that when we were playing It Takes Two. I don't know. Snacka Sleep, definitely. We haven't had one since then, but I pitched Pixel an idea for one fairly recently. Maybe that'll be coming soon. I was telling Pixel, I think with emotes, I have plateaued personally when it comes to like universally applicable like feelings and emotions and stuff. The way that I pitched this emote to him was I'll pull it up. The way that I pitched this emote to Pixel, it couldn't have been that far long ago. We were just talking about it the other day. We talk about Pocket a lot though too. I said, I really want the viewers to feel that the era of really universal emotes is over. All the possible emotions that can be conveyed have already been captured. And then I said, so now it's just creating something that's never existed before for personal fan service. And Pixel said, congratulations, you've reached the next level. But just because like so many people have emotes, it's like, you're never going to come up with one that is like an emotion conveying one that someone else doesn't already have, I feel like, at this point. So now, like, I'm just gonna request ones that I want to see exist, and I don't care how much people really care to use them. I didn't just move the layout, did I? No, it looks fine. I clicked into my OBS window, and I looked like I almost moved the stream layout for a sec. Should I Vati Vidya? Alright, let's not run, let's just Vati. I was not sprinting, though. You want to go as fast as possible, okay. Let me back up then. I'm gonna do it in the nude still, though. Jerujan the buff. The gaunt buff. Alright, ready? Oh shit, oh fuck, oh no, oh dang it, oh shoot. Let me get my stamina back a little bit. Oh, he's making it. Okay. I figured it would be the opposite. Oh, Dragon Shrine. Point! I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. I was trying to open my Kingdom Hearts menu on this game. Oh, yeah, I guess so. The reason I've been thinking about all that Twitch stuff is the Twitch recaps came out. Which is really like the only recap I like care about that much. I feel like my, like, you know, like Spotify is like a big one, Spotify Wrapped, stuff like that. I feel like the things that I, like, the other media that I engage in, other than, I like the PlayStation and Nintendo ones that they do, because I think that's the type of media that I engage with the highest, like, variety of, is, like, games. So I like to, like, look back and see, like, you know, hours put into this and that, and like what I played, and like, you know, like I think those are kind of fun. But nothing speaks to me more than the Twitch. Shit fucking sucks. Oh, what's up, dude? You want to talk about the Twitch recap? Why is he so tiny now? Nothing speaks to me more than the Twitch summary. We'll talk about it more after we talk to this guy.
This dreadfully twisted world. Peace grants men the illusion of London. Shackled by falsehoods, they yearn for love, unaware of his grand illusion.
Yo, Grand Illusion, we know about that.
Until the curse.
There was a Grand Illusion in Dark Souls 1, specifically by name.
We are bound by this yoke. As true as the dark that churns within.
The dark that churns within Brudge.
All men trust fully the illusion of life. But is this so long? A construction facade, and yet a world full of warmth was endless.
Yeah, there is plenty of warmth in the world, root guy, because there's those shees that I love.
Wonderful fortune.
And would you forsake the wonderful shees knowing yet that they are comforting falsehoods? I mean, I don't want to, but I'm forsaking it. We always lock in ending, except is this guy, like, the thing that I think is interesting about this game compared to Dark Souls 1 is that I don't know if there will be 2 endings to this like there are to that one, but in DS1, it seems like kind of like the canon ending is to continue the cycle and link the First Flame in place of Gwyn. And fucking Peter Frampton like guides you to do that, and then there's the Dark Serpent who guides you to bring the dark forth. And that seems like that's sort of like the alternate route. That's the break the cycle one. But in this one, it seems like very straightforwardly, this guy, who seems to be this game's version of that character, he's trying to get you to break the cycle. Whereas in Dark Souls 1, the path that is more in your face is the continue the cycle path. So I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, yes.
I am all.
Holy fuck!
I sought to shed the yoke of fate.
He found immortality, but it turned him into roots.
I only answer.
Theming?
Seek the truth.
Sis?
Seek light, dark, and what light.
Hey man, was it worth it? Was that whole shitty level worth turning into roots? Roots on fire? The root is on fire. Can someone help me write that one down? I'm gonna write it down right now. That's a funny title. That's a good stream title. The root is on fire. That's an insta write down. That's so stupid. That is not funny at all. The root is on fire. That might be next. That might have to be next week's stream title, depending on what this next area looks like. Yeah, so I guess the Tree Man was Aldia. Well, we met the Tree Man before I knew about Aldia, at least. At least for what I remember. Maybe he was mentioned before getting to the keep. But clearly some fucking experiment or, you know, research into the power of the soul turned him into an eternally suffering fiery tree root man. So,
Bearer of until hope has
you
fled.
know, that's interesting. But maybe that's what he wanted. Maybe he intended to become this form. Anyway, it would make a lot more sense now that he's the one who's spurring us on to kill Vendrick. Considering they, like, clearly didn't see eye to eye or whatever. They were, like, again, they were opposed to each other. Inherently. It's cool, though. Yeah, it is filled with dumb stuff. Oh, my old notepad was filled with tons of bullshit. But I filled out the new one pretty well, too. I delete it, though, when I'm done with it. Like, if I've used a title already, I'll just delete it from there because it's just, like, it's not necessary anymore to keep it. Aldia was an elusive figure that records of him were kind of erased. Yeah, he's like sort of the shadowy presence in the background of Drangleek. It seems like. That's cool though. I mean, you got to imagine like those records in his keep were pretty old, right? Like all that stuff. The thing is, like, if you're someone like our Steiner friend group, like if you're, you know, if you do streams like we do where you do stream titles, like a lot of people don't even do stream titles. They'll just put like what they're playing and like a bunch of emojis, and they'll put like chill stream, even though every stream is the same and they're all chill streams. But we do, I'm at my heart, I am a Let's Player. That's where I started my internet content journey. And when you're a Let's Player, you name your episode parts. So that's why we always name the streams. And then when if you don't write down your ideas for names for stream titles, you won't remember them. When it comes time in your 15 minutes before the stream starts and you're panicking, you never want to be in that place. So that in my little Steiner note, which is now being rehabilitated, that's where I write all that stuff. I have like 7 titles for Jarouge that we still haven't used that are just all like funny ways to say Jarouge. Oh, this guy is heavy. Who is that guy also? Oh shit, he's alive! What the fuck? Ornstein? You can't even count that death against me. Because I was flabbergasted. Yeah, Zebra comes up with multiple stream titles because when he uploads his YouTube VODs, he like makes new ones. I would never be able to do that. They would be so bad. There's nothing that feels like worse to me than a playthrough where I feel like I'm not cooking with the titles also. Dark Souls 2, not one of those playthroughs, gotta tell you. But sometimes, like when we were playing Spyro 3, I had no idea what to call those streams. And part of that is because I actually did a Let's Play of Spyro 3, and I had already made a bunch of a bunch of video titles for that. I remember there was even one week, I don't remember what the title was, but there was a week. Oh, what, I can't lock onto this guy also? What is this? Can I talk to you? What is happening here? Friend? I don't know, man. Friend! Oh, okay. Seems friendly. Maybe he only aggroed because I accidentally hit him. Or maybe he was helping me fight the guy? Alright, well, chill. I guess I can't talk to him now. Is he more dragon than man? No, wait. I'm not trying to hurt you. He looks sick. Sick nasty, that is. I like his armor set. What was I gonna say? What was I saying? The Spyro one was hard because there was like one week where I was like, I got a good stream title for this, and then I was just because I had like a funny feeling, I went and I looked it up, and I had already named a Let's Play episode that. But that stinks. I don't like that. Anyway, what were we talking about? I'll stop yapping about myself in a bit. I'm not gonna stop right now, but eventually I will. I got my Twitch wrap-up, which is my personal favorite wrap-up of the year because this is like the hobby that I enjoy the most, I put the most time into. And it was fun looking at that. Nothing too surprising. The Danganronpa 2 emotes, the 2 animated ones that we have. Yo, Kingo. Those were the 2 most used emotes. The Snacka guitar, which makes the most sense because that one you could use that whenever any music plays. Those are the kind of emotes I'm not doing anymore. The good kind. Snacka guitar and then Snacka Zuichi, which I'm so pleased with. I think those might have been the most used last year also. And then Snacka Womp, I feel like Sizz kind of keeps that one alive, but I like that. I think I'm pleased with that one. That's one of my favorite ones that I have. And even Snackavember, which is probably our most universal. I think pound for pound, Snackavember is probably the most universal emote that we have here. Which the reason I love that is because it is like an invented emotion kind of too. Snackavember, an emotion that like kind of got its start on Skype, is that being one of the most used ones. I think is that I really like because it feels very like homegrown. But that was on there, and I don't remember what other one was on there. It might have been Gab. I feel like Gab usually does pretty well. People like to spam that one, so I think that's probably why. Plus, also, we played DK Bonanza this year, which had a very Gabby little character in it. So much so that I had to make another emote. My favorite one of all time, personally, I have 2. My 2 favorites are Snack Attack, which is, that's like more kind of like one of the, like what I was talking about, like one that's just for me. Snack Attack, even though I like never post it, I really love that one. I just think it's super funny. And it's just so funny to like go somewhere and post tack is like what I love about it. I remember when, I think it was maybe KZ Excellent was doing a tack stream about how bad tack is, and I think it was Will popped in there and posted my tack emote, and I remember the chat being like, who has a tack emote? And I think that like is really funny to me that like just to like have that exist. Snack Attack and Snack a Croissant, those are my 2 favorites. I like all of them because Pixel always does such a good job, and I think they're all great. But if you had to ask me my like top 2 favorite emotes we have on here, it's Snack Attack and Snack Croissant forever. But that was that. Our top played games, or like our top percentage of games, was Final Fantasy IV, which makes sense. Dark Souls 2, unsurprising. DK Bonanza, unsurprising. And then also the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was on my... this is a mimic. No. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was on my like top played games also, or whatever it's called, like top category. But I was not in the 10% of that, but that makes sense because that's a very, you know, still regularly played popular game. Plenty of people do like shiny chaining, or like, you know, that's the category for all competitive Pokemon. So I'm not surprised that we didn't get like top in that. What is funny about that though is that we only played Scarlet and Violet 1 month of the 12-month span that this top like Steiner recap was, and it still made it over all of the other like categories of games we streamed this year because so many of the rest of them were just short. But we only played that in December. It was done at the very beginning of the year. The last stream was like January 5th. And that was fun. It was also one of my most watched games, but I also watch the competitive VGC Pokemon, so I'm sure that was part of it too. The Pokemon official Twitch channel was in my like top 5 most watched channels of the year, along with all the homies. Did you just bow regally? These guys are so weird. Don't hurt my friends. Hell yeah. Safe on trade. Safe on fucking trade. But what was everybody else's favorite playthrough of the year? Sis did this on his stream, and I said I'm gonna steal it for mine. I said mine already. It was Sonic and the Secret Rings. I'm reading that message. The streams we did this year were, I'm not counting Pokemon, or World of Goo 2. But we played Final Fantasy IV. We played... What were we playing on Friday when that happened? Oh, It Takes Two? It's a fun one. That was probably my other, like, runner-up. Those are probably my 2. It Takes Two, we played for a couple months. Those are the 2 that I think are in contention for S tier. That and Sonic. And then we settled more in. After that, we played the Sonics. We played Spyro 3. We played this. We played Donkey Kong Bonanza. Those are sort of the streams of the year. There might be one I'm forgetting. It just takes 2, guys. Will, I was thinking about the bit on It Takes Two that will be real, where we just play Sonic CD together. I think we got to do that before Split Fiction. I don't think it would take very long. 2 nights tops, probably. I'm decent at that game. Yeah, FF4 was good. I think FF4 is like sort of in contention for an S tier for me. But the thing that keeps it lower, I think, is like we had just come off Destiny at that point. And even though that was like an RPG playthrough where like the flavor usually is supposed to be like long-running character bits, I feel like we really didn't settle into anything very strong like that until like the post-game. The post-game elevated that playthrough a lot. And even though like I love the game and I had a great time just going through it, it felt like it was like very straightforward for a lot of the playthrough. So like I feel like I would probably lean like high A on that. But I don't know. When I finish this, I'm gonna update the stream tier list. I'm not gonna do it until Dark Souls is over, just because this has been so long. And it wouldn't make sense to, like, not have it. I keep getting jump scared by these guys, like one of them is gonna attack. Yeah, Tella was funny. It's like, it had, like, great parts. I just felt like there was something a little missing from it. I mean, I guess the other thing is that it's such a simple game compared to, it's such a simple game compared to, like, the other games that we've done that, like, had a bunch of bits, that I feel like there was probably no chance that it would be, like, as bit dense as, like, you know, like a Persona or something like that. But at the end of Destiny Challenge, I also kind of felt like a little creatively drained on stuff, so I just kind of vibed through a lot of it. This is a beautiful door. This is a beautiful door. Can we take a moment and... Yeah, and Short Hike and WarioWare were also this year. I knew I was forgetting something. Those were the two one-nighters. Take a picture of this. Done. This is a dragon bestowing, like, providence to man. This is a symbol of the covenant between dragon and man, and it is not a depiction of a great war. And yeah, Bean is a... Bean is a goated character. I did have a really fun time playing those two one-off games, too. I'd like to do more games like that. Not, like, just to arbitrarily boost the game count, but just because they're fun. A Short Hike, I was a little self-conscious of during it, because I was like, am I being just, like, really annoying? Like, if we finally jumped the shark, is this too much? But the more I've, like, thought about Claire still as the year has gone on, the more I've been, like, felt, like, better about that. The more, like, Claire has been, like, stuck in my memory and seems to have kind of stuck in the memory of other people, too, the more I'm like, yeah, that was a good one. And WarioWare was just fun to play. Wario, we had... Here, I've got it here. Wario, we had this. Watch this be the thumbnail or something. That was fun to, like, go back to that. Shoutouts to Pixel, who updated all of my new emotes since, like, 2022. With a Wario, one night only Wario specific alt. Oh my goodness! So it's been a good year. And thanks everybody for watching. We'll do, like, I want to do a... Last year we did a... Like the Snack Attack Christmas show, I think is what I called it. And I would like to... I think when Donkey Kong ends, I would like to do something like that again. Which would really just be like a tier list night, but I don't know, we could make it jolly. I could get jolly with it. I know Combs planning to do a tier list night sometime soon. I think a couple of the other streamers are, because again, we're kind of going through that, like, streamer, the cycles have synced, where, like, a lot of people are finishing things, or getting done with games, and going on to, like, starting new stuff. It's weird that it all sort of seems to happen all at once. Even though it really, like, is dragging on and on for fucking me. Because we are, again, well, I'm talking like we are almost done with this, and we are not done with this. Not even close. Third dragon ring we got is super good. Let's take a look at it. I'm gonna read about it, too. Yo, Will, this is kind of like Gone Ron Egg. HP, stamina, and... Oh, that's just like a total upgrade to the Royal Soldier ring. This is like some shit you'd make in Kingdom Hearts. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Everybody looks really disappointed. The movie's over. Dragon Signet Ring. Grants its bearer protection of dragons. Oh, I wonder if this would let me get across the bridge like nothing happened. Raoulmond. It's a beautiful name. Knight of Drangleek served the king by guarding the fort until its own demise, and was said to have cherished this ring throughout his life of service. I'm wearing that easily. What was it? Defense, strength? HP, stamina, and max load. That's so good. Load is the most important. Even though we're like we've kind of plateaued on equip load. I know that, again, this game doesn't have the, like, the 3 roll speed tiers that Dark Souls 1 has. It just has like a roll that gets faster. So specifically when we're wielding the Scopper Gaban axes, I think that, you know, the lighter equip load that we have, the better still. For a huge sword and shield like this, I really feel like we're fucking zipping around this game. We're fast. Alright, this looks important. Quagmire! No, that's the horny guy from Family Guy. This is clearly a dark egg. Touch. Alright, what do we got here? A little petrified egg. We definitely want to look at the... egg. Friend of the channel, Cholsey91. We've talked about this on here before. Friend of the channel, Cholsey91, once pointed out how she thinks I say the word egg weird. Like I put a second syllable on it after the G. Instead of like, I guess like egg. Which sounds weird to me. I say it like egg. And every time we play something that has, or like we do something that has like a lot of, like, I'd be saying the word egg a lot. I always think about it. It still like catches me. Surely best know life. Vessels that harbor life itself and symbolize the deepest secrets of existence. But what does a petrified egg harbor? What have a harbor? What have a harbor? Give this to the merchant guy in the Iron Keep. Okay. Who? So I want to read what people said about the stream of the year. Will said it takes two. It takes two from Comb. Idiotness said it takes two. FF4. Kingo. DK Bonanza from Buddy Bro. All good picks. Wait till you see what we got coming up next year. I'm thinking a little Ultra Despair Girls. I'm thinking Metroid Other M, a truly bad Metroid game and video game. I'm thinking, like, that shit is still on the menu. I hope those coincide. I don't think they will, though. I think if we can play Other M on Friday, I will. That will probably be after whenever we do Ultra Despair Girls, I think. Crystal magic weapon. Was that actually a weapon or was that a spell? Yeah, I think my favorite single streams, I have a couple. Short Hike, because that was one and it was packed with stupid content. DK Bonanza Finale. And then I think Sis brought it up. The Sonic and the Secret Rings one where Mom wasn't home. That I think those are off the top of my head, those are my 3 favorite streams of the year. There was already a bunch of other funny stuff in that Sonic stream, but specifically like the last 30 minutes where we like the entire chat turned into babies and I was the dad. And Mom wasn't home, and we were like getting McDonald's and getting Blockbuster and stuff. I remember that being very funny. I've also rewatched that one. It was a funny playthrough. All right, what the fuck was that, dude? Was it a spell? It was no time for fooling around. That's where Shara really like. Here it is. It was this. That's where Shara really stepped into her own as a beloved stream character that everybody loves, including me. Not just me, but just everyone loves and me, you know? Where the fuck is she? Zebra, I already said we're working on a new emote. Maybe you should just be patient. Maybe it finally is it. Maybe it's Shara. You don't know. Am I confirming that it is? No. But I'm not saying it's not. Yeah, did we go up this way? Did we go up here? Oh, you mean to go, like, in that plaza, there's another way to go up there. Maybe it's a pregnant emote. And not only can you play it if, like, there's a pregnant character in a game, but also if there's a particularly pregnant pause, you could post it. Oh, snack a pregnant scotch. You're gonna make me cry, Will. I'd be so happy for her. And you can bet your ass I would buy a nice ass gift for that bachelor, or for that baby shower that I would absolutely be invited to. I would buy a fucking bitchin' gift off that registry. It's gotta be here, right? Snack a bun in the scotch oven. That's foul. That's foul. Do you guys think the baby would be blonde, or do you think it would be brunette haired? You know what I think would be cute? Would be blonde but has the scotch red eyes. I think blonde hair baby but with the scotchy red eyes I think would be cute. I guess why would it, because doesn't Ryuji dye his hair? Why would it be blonde? I think he bleaches his hair. Maybe the baby does too, though. Maybe there's bleach in the... Maybe the scotchy womb has bleach in it. But it only affects the hair. We gotta stop talking about this. Maybe the baby does too. Maybe the baby doesn't think people can change. Oh, raw! This is the Vati Vidya moment. And look, that guy up there's doing the same thing. That guy up there is also farming Vati content. That sucks. I want the baby to be blonde. That would be cute. That shower is gonna have the Steenerverse's best and brightest also. It's not real though. That's not, the timeline isn't ready for that. There's no scotchy. There's no pregnant scotch snack a child hooray. That's not real. This guy, okay. I was gonna say this guy's like alive, right? The Steenerverse's best and brightest. Just reach into the Scochina and toil the blonde in him. What? You guys, the other day I was seriously considering buying a parakeet. Changing the topic right along here. I thought about buying a parakeet the other day. Why? Why, you ask? Little bird's cuter. I was thinking about a little budgie hopping around. And I was like, I kind of want that in my life because that sounds so good. The dragon remains. What the fuck? Oh, I can summon the homie? I don't think I want to do that. That's cool though. Just hopping around on its little branches, just going. Get it. And I was like, am I really gonna fucking buy a parakeet? Because one. And this is my issue with all pets, even though, like, you know, I've had family pets and stuff growing up. They were never, like, my pet, and therefore I never really had to, like, take care of them as, like, the main caretaker. I definitely have done stuff, like, for the family pet. But I am, one, allergic to furry animal babies, so I've never, like, gotten myself a pet. I've lived with... again, like significant others who have dogs. We had a family dog who was hypoallergenic growing up. We also had a cockatiel, a bunch of hamsters. I had a fish once who I did not take very good care of. Which scares me a little when it comes to like a more, like a higher maintenance animal, because it was a beta fish, and I accidentally froze him, I sort of think. I kind of did No Heat November. And to be fair, I was very immature. This was in like 2010. I was like 18 years old. I didn't realize how cold my room in my college dorm would get. We were out in the mountains where it snows and gets really cold in the winter. and I bought a tropical fish on a whim. And, like, he didn't die, but he definitely, I think he had some kind of, like, fungus or something that the beta fish can get if they're in, like, too cold of an environment. Yeah, no, Heat November has a body count. And I felt very bad about this. I loved him. His name was Siddhartha. I loved Siddhartha. We gave him a funeral, where after he, I sort of put him down. I, like, mercy killed him, where I looked up, like, most humane way to kill a beta fish. And whatever website I was on was like, you should freeze them because they won't, like, kind of, they, like, won't, you know, like, it's not like flushing them down the toilet or something. It's more humane than that. They just kind of, their system slowly shuts down and they die. So even though I didn't want to freeze Siddhartha, he was looking all real twitchy. Like, he didn't look good. So I froze Siddhartha in my college dorm room mini fridge. I don't mean to be laughing about it, but it's so funny. I froze Siddhartha in my college dorm room mini fridge, and then when he was dead, we thawed him out. I put him in specifically a, like, AA, like, Duracell battery container, which we then lit on fire and invited some friends, and we gave Siddhartha a Viking funeral where we pushed this little boat we made that was lit on fire out into a lake, or like a pond. It was a beautiful event. There were cherry trees blossoming. I said a few words. I think I wrote a poem. Anyway, that was the last pet and only pet I've ever had that was like mine. Was Siddhartha the beta fish that I froze to death and gave a Viking funeral out of pity. It was a mercy kill. All that said, that was 15 years ago. I think I could have a pet again. It's just that I worry, like, I wouldn't want him to get sick or die or something. I just, like, worry about that. It's the same kind of, like, obsessive, like, because, like, I don't have OCD, but I have some kind of, like, I don't think it's, like, an actual disorder. I've never been diagnosed. OCD is serious. I don't mean to, like, you know, like, belittle that. But I have some kind of, I think, neurological thing where I get intense anxiety about, like, things that are in my care or, like, are in my responsibility. Like, beyond the level that I think everybody kind of does. Where I'm, like, so afraid to get a little pet that I might accidentally hurt it or kill it. Because I love animals. That I just, like, have never even tried to get one. I know some people are, like, totally, like, you know, caution to the wind, like, yeah, I'll fucking do this. Like, why not? But I don't know, not me. I get, like, super weird about it. But I know that those little budgie parakeets are such, like, people recommend them as, like, starter birds. And I love birds. And even though I would probably I would probably go out and get, like, a really nice cage and, like, get some good toys and make sure it got, like, you know, good food and, like, all that stuff. I still just, like, worry about it. But maybe! I probably wouldn't want to go blow a bunch of money on a little bird right now, but maybe I'll get one eventually. They do live a long time, and, like, if you get a parrot, which parakeets are parrots. They're just really tiny parrots. They're little mini parrots. If you get, like, a parrot, they live a long time if they're taken care of. But those little parakeets, I think, just can get hurt or get sick. Like, they're just tiny, fragile animals, so I would worry about anything like that. The thing about a parrot is that if you get a parrot, you're stuck with that critter for, like, 30 years, possibly. Which I don't think I'd want. Cockatiels and parakeets and stuff live shorter lifespans, though. Again, our cockatiel, when we were kids, I'm sure we had her for, like, 10, 15 years. 10 years, definitely. Me and my friends in high school got so committed onto doing bits, we had a funeral for my first Guitar Hero controller. I love that. That's so awesome. I have a little picture of Siddhartha, too. I think it's packed away still. I don't think I've even put it up. It's not even a good picture. Like, it was printed out from a printer that didn't have enough ink in it. So, like, it's kind of like running at the bottom of the picture. But it's my only picture I have of this fish. And I have it in a little picture frame. Rest in peace, little homie. But what do you guys think? Should I get a parakeet? Should I get 2? Some people, the other thing about those little budgies is some people say that because they're flocking birds, they do better when they have a friend. So long as they're not like male and female and they're like a mating pair. And I know the male birds are more vocal, which I think seems more fun, and they also don't lay eggs, so I think I would probably get male birds. This is raw. Oh, is that an eternal dragon? Hold on, I will go in there, but I want to say one other thing. But so the funny thing about that is that I was just like up randomly Googling this the other night about getting like care for parakeets. And then today my sister messages me and she says she sends me a pic of my mom. She says, this pic of mom just came up like a feature photo memory on my phone from 2014. Why does she look so much older here compared to current day? Which I don't disagree with. Even though my mom's hair, like, she doesn't dye her hair anymore. My mom's, like, in her 60s. She's getting close to 70, but she's got a couple of years. Her hair is, like, totally gray now, but I do also think she's younger. She looks younger than she did, like, 10 years ago. And so then we were just talking about that, and so then my sister, who's in nursing school, sends me this really long-ass message about her nursing care plan that she's writing up and all this stuff. Types these, like, 3 messages about it, because we were just chatting. And then she sends a message right after that, completely unrelated to anything, and says, also, you should get a pet. I don't know if that's the universe speaking to me. And, like, to be fair, I do go look at, like, animal care videos sometimes just when I'm bored, just because I think it's interesting. But what are the odds that she, like, 2 days after I was like, what if I got a parakeet? My sister messaged me and said, you should get a pet. Now, she thought I should get a big parrot, because what I think she actually wants is, for me to... I think what she seems to want is for me to give it to her eventually. Which I don't think is going to happen, but... I think she wants maybe, like, a reason to come over and play with an animal that she doesn't have to take care of, and then to be its, like, godmother. She was like, ooh, you should get, like, a big parrot. I was like, I'm not getting a fucking parrot. That's like a dog. And she was like, yeah, you're right. Get a cockatiel. I was like, what about a parakeet? And she was like, no, get something bigger. Get something that can talk. And I was like, well, parakeets, you can train them to talk. She was like, oh, I didn't know. But maybe we get a little budge. What if I named it Little Brudge the Budge? That would be content. I've always wanted a chinchilla. One of my good neighborhood friends growing up, who lived next door, had a chinchilla. Which was a weird pet to get. And I remember that in order to convince her parents that to get her the chinchilla, I remember she made a PowerPoint, like about all of the positives as to why she should get a chinchilla, and it worked, and she got him. And that chinchilla was a cutie. He was very hyperactive, though. So when he was in his cage, he was always doing the, like, zoomy laps around the cage. And then when you let him out of the room, he was just fucking pew, 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 darting all over the place. But it was a pretty big cage, too. I think they need, like, a decently large enclosure. Because they're fairly big. They're not like a hamster or a guinea pig, even. They're bigger than that. And they're more mobile, I think. They're cute, though. And the chinchilla would take little ash baths, I think. I don't know, like, if that's something based on how they bathe in the wild or if it's just, like, an element of care for them. But they take ash baths, where they're, like, these dry baths that, like, I don't know, you get some kind of ash or, like, some kind of, like, sediment or something. And they, like, bathe in it. Dust, basically. Dust baths. But it's cute. Hello. Anyway, that's enough about pets. Maybe I'll keep a dragon. Maybe I'll keep a great dragon. Since you already roll around in your own filth, I gotta admit, I am pretty stinky right now. I went out to 7-Eleven like before the football game was on because not 7-Eleven. I went across. I'm sorry. I went to somewhere that sells Red Bull that's near where I live. No, I'm not doxing myself anymore. I went I went to get a Red Bull and like get some other things that I needed. And I was checking out in the checkout line to get my stuff, and the lady who checked me out was like having a hard time with her register, so the woman who was in front of me like stepped aside so she could ring me up. And in that moment I was like, can this woman smell me? I'm like a little stinky right now, which is like fine. It doesn't. Everyone's stinky, but I had like an embarrassing moment where I worried that the woman that I was like standing kind of near to put my like card and stuff in, I was worried she could smell me. So Pixel's not super incorrect. Anyway, the murk shifts and stirs. Yo. I'm having a hard time comprehending this because, again, there's no spoken dialogue. Into the fog and hope of answers. I've got to pursue the theming. Ashen Mist Heart. This is crazy, dude. Is this one of them? How could there be, like, everlasting dragons that still remain? I guess there was the little baby one. There was, like, the hatchling dragon in Dark Souls 1. Is this him grown up? He definitely is, like, the ancient dragon type. Everything else here is, like, a wyvern kind of dragon. This dragon is an optional boss. I think I'm going to walk around him while you talk about that, Sis. We got to read his thing, too. I just want to, like, see him. I guess these other dragons... Are they wyverns? Do they have front legs? Limbs? No, they aren't. It's not a great fight. I mean, he's pretty majestic. I wouldn't kill him unless necessary. On the other hand, Sis, we aren't positive boss today. On the other hand, Sis, I haven't fought a boss yet. So, like, that's something to consider. But should we be allowed to kill a beautiful ancient creature in pursuit of positive boss? That was a key item I got, right? Ashen Mist Heart. Received from the ancient dragon. The magic of the ancient dragon allows one to delve into the memories of the withered. Oh, I gotta use that on Vendrick, I bet. Yeah, this platform is huge. Yeah, this is my test of my abilities as a pet owner. I definitely need to use the Ashen Heart on Vendrick. I knew that we would eventually go back there. Considering there was, like, the armor and, like, it seemed like there was something to do in that room. It's probably going to have to be next week, though. I don't know. What do you think, Sis? Should we? Is there any other reason not to do it other than that it's bullshit? This platform is huge. Platform-wide fire attack. How would I escape it? Is it harder than Kurt Zisa? I think I want to see it. I'm sorry. This is for my pet. Did he even care? Did he even notice? You think it's like is it like super boss level? Well, hold on, this isn't doing that much damage. Sharouge is still in it. I think we can beat it. I believe in a thing called Rouge. Just listen to the rhythm of the Rouge. I believe in a birch, not noose. just listen to the rhythm of the Rouge. He's watching Gintama. Watch when the sun goes down. He will be watching when the sun goes down, possibly. No! I believe in a grudge, not news. I believe in a grudge, not news. That's pretty funny, actually. Just listen to the rhythm of the brudge. Fuck. No, I think we totally can do this. This doesn't seem that bad. 20 minutes. I'm putting my fire shit on and I'm locking in. This is for the test of my ability as a pet owner. What if Snack was like, guys, welcome back to the birdcage, and he showed his birdcage on a webcam? Spoonie does that. Spoonie's got a big parrot. Big African gray. He's not like big, but he's certainly a parrot. He's parrot-sized. He's cute also. All right. I'm gonna keep this. Is it steel protection that we? Do we want that, or let's? I feel like fire defense is just better overall in this fight right now. Quartz ring +2. Stream choppy for anyone else? I did drop a couple frames. Only 142, but I did drop a few frames. So it might have been that. The Tights of Judgment. I'm just gonna try it with this ring on, honestly. Oh, and we have sweat, right? Would that help me here? Flash sweat. Sweat, baby, sweat, baby. Flashes a sweat. Jarouge just attunes his magic. Goes up, fights a dragonette. Brudge is not news. Put your hand down my pants, and I bet you'll feel brudge. I am Zebra, I am Sizzo, and you're getting two thumbs up. What is this emote pixel? Yeah, fire defense seems good. I mean, it seems like we can tank the, Pokari, sweat me, Destiny. It seems like we can tank the, fire, like, decently well, as long as he doesn't land on me. If he, like, steps on me, then we're gonna have a problem, but... If we're gonna do this tonight, we definitely need to not fight those guys. Ouch. Like I was doing, like, Jedi moves. He was doing Star Wars spins on me. Alright, how is this gonna look now that I've, like, earned the ire of this dragon guy? Was that my best ever opportunity? I'm gonna pop Flash Sweat. Oh, cool, okay. I don't like that guy... Oh, no, that guy's... Oh, I bet these guys are hostile towards me now, maybe. Are they? Those ones didn't seem to be. I'm popping Flash Sweat now. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Kingdom Hearts. I just tried to use magic in KH1. Sharouge, he is out of his element in this. He is a small Rouge in a large world in this fight. Did you think those guys were gonna attack Sis? I think I don't even care if he's doing bunch of fire damage to me. I just don't want to be where he lands. Maybe we got lucky. Not a threat to me. Did we kill the everlasting dragon in Dark Souls 1? I don't remember if we did or not. I think you can attack him, like, no matter how many times you attack him, he doesn't die, right? Maybe there is a way to eventually kill him? Sizz, question of the day for you, and by question of the day I mean, like, lore question. Is this him? Because that dragon was a baby, right? Wasn't he like a little hatchling? He was in like a little nest. Is this him? Alright, I need to put my spell back. You think you are a master of the flame? Buddy, I am Jarouge. My hair is red as I am gaunt. Hair is red as I am gone. I need to get out of the way. Woo! That could have been bad. Didn't mean to do that. I'm doing a double chug here. We're about halfway though. Speaking of tail cuts, I wonder if we can get one on this guy. I just don't want like a big tail swap to... I think we just shouldn't worry about it. Get out of the way, get out of the way. Nice. I don't like the front limbs though. I think these back feet are definitely my spots to attack. Front limbs feel dodgy. We're chunking his health. Well, yeah, because we're fucking Guts mode, baby. Guts could kill a big dragon like this. Maybe if you use some weak weapon and you didn't have 42 strength. But Jarouge is built a jet different. Oh, the art of dying. I think my spell ran out. Doable though, definitely, I think. Like at 12 minutes, as long as those guys don't come alive. We can do this. I think I'm going to make the informed choice to become human, because I think we need all the health we can get for that fire attack. It doesn't seem like there's any way to avoid the 2 hits of that, so you just kind of have to tank the damage. I know we could put more fire resist on, but with Flash Sweat up, like as long as I keep that spell active, we weren't taking very much damage from it. I think 1 chug was enough to heal us back to full. With it active. Without it active, it does almost kill us. And or kill us, depending on what my health looks like. But definitely doable. And then I can become positive boss. For what it's worth, considering, like... the streak has been broken already on positive boss. It doesn't mean I don't like to try to do it. It's a running, enduring, lovable, beloved, hilarious bit of this stream, so... I would be doing both Powell McMartney and Wario a disservice by not trying to be at every stream. The positive boss legacy stands on the back of giants. And I'm not just talking about this dragon. You want to talk about people who struggled with being positive boss. Good call, Sis. I forgot to flash sweat. Just gonna apply my little speed stick here so I'm not stinky anymore. It's fine, we've all been there, right, fellas? When you're just stinky and you don't care that much. Suboptimal, but uh-oh. As long as we can avoid that attack, I think we're good. I definitely have enough uses for Flash Sweat that I'm not worried about running out. But as long as we stay under, like out from under his feet, then I think we're good. I feel like the next couple attempts we can do this. We're doing good damage. It's just the damage mitigation. Question. Seeing as I'm positive again that we have to use that, ouch. Uh-oh. Woo! I'm positive that we have to use that dragon item to probably go into the soul of Vendrick and maybe defeat him at his pinnacle. Did I use 3 chugs there? I meant to use 2. Whoops. I imagine that's probably where this is going. Is we use that thing to like enter Vendrick's memory, and then we like defeat him as he was. Because remember, memory is like a theme or something. If that's the case, is next week finale of the main campaign? Do we think? Or maybe not yet. I hear what you're saying, Sis, but I think I gotta stick to the hind leg. It's what I felt good hitting. Very likely, hell yeah. It's exciting. Again, that really will feel like we're getting close to wrapping the era. Get around back here. Nice. I'm still chugging though. He's breathing fire? No. Flash Sweat is still up. I want him to, like, try to hit me with his fire breath. Because there we go. That attack animation takes forever. And there are so many dragons in Elden Ring. That's funny. The thing about Dark Souls is that it literally is a world whose lore, like, hinges on the idea that the dragons have been dealt with. Is Flash Sweat down? I think it is. Put it back up. Even though, like, there are still dragons. It's just like, hey, we won against the dragons. Fuck dragons. There's no such thing as dragons. Ooh, he almost landed on me! Fuck, Jarouge. I think I gotta put Sweat up again. Sis smarter. I'm gonna miss her too. Not like Sis is, but I am gonna miss her. More than I thought I would. Emil! She's funny. We're getting so close to getting landed on by him. Alright, I gotta get some hits in here every time. Ooh! Got excited for better Emil? Well, hold on, bro. What about that? Better Emil? What's happening here? That, I guess. I think I gotta put this up one last time. Oh, Steiner. Yeah, let's try to run towards the tail. Maybe we'll get away with only taking one. What if I used a dragon charm against the dragon? Can you imagine the ridiculousness of that? This may not be awesome for me. I'm gonna have to take 2 of these, I think. Oh, Flash Sweat is gone. No, it's not run out though. I am out of uses, but it's not over. That was good. Oops. Jarouge, come on, man. It's still active. Good. Oh fuck, that wasn't good. My shield up maybe? Will my shield help me? I think this is it. I'm dead. Maybe not though. The problem there is 3 of my fucking heals went to 3 of my heals went to that fucking guy who almost killed us. That's the only problem with that. I want to... Whoops, not what I meant to do. I'm gonna put some extra fire-resistant stuff on. Tights of Judgment. I can wear these. That is fire-resist also, right? The red one. Lion Mage cuffs. Put some cuffs on, Jarouge. I'm not taking the Falconer armor off though. Fuck that. Helmet Rouge. Who are you, dude? Rearrange our bar. I mean, I guess I don't need some of this stuff. It'd be good to have the gems by the, Jesus. It'd be good to have the gems. Is there a way to do this? I don't remember how. I guess just like that. I don't even really need the moss anymore. I guess that. Is there a consumable that makes me more fire resistant? I feel like there is, right? Yeah, but I like to save those. I guess they would help, but like the thing about this is that I think I have enough Estus. I feel like I have enough Estus. No, we have lightning defense, dark defense. I thought I had a fire one. Maybe I used all of them. There was a fire area we went to. I think we can do it though. And it won't even like take that long. We almost killed him that time. Yeah, we did. We used him in the fire area. That's right. I'm remembering it now. There's probably a place to buy more of those, but I don't feel like we really need to do that. I feel like we're in that like I'm almost there range. We're very close on it. This fucking guy. I'm gonna coax him all the way out here. And when he swings, I roll. There we go. Easy peasy. Hemorrhageries? That sucks. Yeah, fire breath, not the most ideal thing. I mean, again, this isn't even a required boss, so I feel like maybe it makes a little more sense for you to be able to like just get like you know, it just feels like it's sort of an attrition test of attrition, but the thing that my least favorite thing in a Souls game is a pulse. And there are like some good pulses. Like I'm not saying every pulse is bad, but a pulse really fucks me up. It has been like a long time running kind of. Oh, I didn't even get hit there. You're right, Sis. Sometimes you can just not get hit if you go by his tail. There's a long-running like blank pulse type joke we have, kind of. It's stemmed all the way back from Bloodborne, even. With Witch Pulse was the first one, but then there were others. But that's what gets me more than anything else. Just a big blast that it's really hard to avoid if you're in there getting them like I like to be. Hey, Pixel, have a good night. Sorry, I was focusing on this. Uh-oh. Roll out here and heal. Use one of these two. My spell is still up, but I'm a little worried about it. I'm going to reapply here. Here. Ouch. Woo. I like that 3-swing light combo because I can still roll after using it. Yeah, Zebra, you'll meet the Witch Pulse user next year. Oh, fuck, I'm not healthy, though. Oh, my God, he's goated. He's Jarouge and he's goated. I'm sorry. I need to heal again, though. I'm under him now. I don't like that. Never punished. I'm too close to the edge here, also. Is my spell up still? Probably time to reapply. We're doing good on this attempt, though. I hate where he is right now. One, it's not like an easy place for me to see, and two, he's so fucking close to the edge. It's super annoying. Because if I'm trying to hit him, I have to get under him. I just need to, like, on this attempt, if we're gonna make something work here, just go dummy mode. Stay right underneath his belly. And just chug, swing, and pray. Did I get it off? Oh, we're still in it, though. That was good damage. And another flash sweat I can put up. Not underneath him yet. We're so close. Come on. Come on, baby. One more, I gotta survive. I gotta survive one more. I'm just going for it. Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. My flash sweat is still active, though. Still in it. Oh my god. What knocked me off there? I don't even know what knocked me off there. Maybe that was his foot stomping down? That, like, put me in, like, stun lock mode, and then I, like, jittered off the edge. Alright, well, other than us using all of our big life gems, I think that felt pretty good. I felt pretty successful there. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go human again. And I'm just gonna, we're gonna run it back. That ratatouille'd me. I hate, like, if he wasn't on the edge there, I would have felt so much more comfortable, though. Come on, man. I'm going back. I think that run was good, though, until that very, very, very end there. We did good on that. I think we played it right. Even running in and panic swinging at the end. That's what you gotta do. When you are out of options and out of heals and out of everything, you just have to run in and swing like the... We did, I think we did this, did we? Or did I do this one? I don't know if there's an attack that would have made me do more damage than the one that we did. I think that the big two-handed around the world swing is the strongest move available. So I thought I could kill him in one more hit. But I think I whiffed one also, and that was not good play. We survived another another float after that, but I whiffed one. I did a biff whiff. I have to sneeze, I think. I was correct. Uh-oh. Hell yeah. Love when that shit happens. Breathe fire at me. Yes. Get as much damage in as I possibly can. Nice. I like it when that, I don't know what is making that happen. But when he like doesn't breathe fire, I like that. I feel like that's fairly obvious that I would like that, but oh, I'm not. Oof. Okay. Whoops. Can't argue with that. I thought I was fully healed. I thought I double chugged. I thought I double chugged there after we took all that damage, and I did not. I single chugged. I didn't mean to do that. I was looking at him and not my health bar. I know we're past our stream time, but I really feel like this can be done in the next like 1 or 2 tries. Feels like we're right on the edge, so I'm just gonna keep going. It'd be silly not to. You can do, if you're trying to become positive boss, you can only extend stream to become positive boss if it's like this, I think. Like, no one would say this isn't fair, right? We found this boss right at the end of the stream. Clearly we, like, can beat him. We have the ability. I think you're only allowed to extend it if it's like that. Yeah, that's true. I guess we never use the pine resins just because I never know, like, what resistances or, like, weaknesses or things like that are really like. Alright, that's up. Shield up. Tarps off, boys. Alright, this is the one. When he breathes fire, I'm going for his face. Did it do more? Probably did a little bit more. Did I already say that this dragon area is like where Rodile took Paulette? I remember they were having like a tea party up there. She was friends with everybody. Top us off. Keep us topped. Keep our teepers topped. Yeah, that's such a weird boss in that game too. I remember in like the early part of the playthrough, I was like forgetting the sequence of events on like when you even go there. I was forgetting like the point in the game that you even go do that dragon's nest thing. Just because it's like so random. Okay, man. Ouch. Ow. I need 2 chugs here. I don't feel good without it, and my flash sweat is gone. Good, good, good. Flash go. That's bullshit, but whatever. I guess I was right underneath his foot, so we take those, I guess. We take him on the chin. We take him on the run, baby! Hell yeah, 1. Oh, snack! Where am I? Maybe I can dodge this one. That's good. Good shit, Rouge. Let's, getting so lucky, all things considered with that. I get so close to dying. Let's reapply. No, I swear it wasn't doing that before. That big, like, wave dragon stomp pulse or whatever. It's just him stomping his foot down. I swear he was not doing that previously. Oh my god. I'm out of Estus. Watch this. This will work. Alright, I need to get hit once by that. Okay, nice. Okay, that wasn't nice, though. god, he's fucking throwing. What hubris. I am Jeruj, Slayer of Gods! Dang, that was a lot of souls also. Soul of a giant and petrified dragon bone. Was that the final boss? No, that was an optional boss, though. Soul of a giant. Let's read about it. I imagine that's a consumable, maybe, but I'm sure it's also... No, it's not. Guardian Dragon Soul? No, this is that was that other boss we fought last week. This? Oh, it's this. Soul of a giant who came to conquer Drangleek with the giant's resentment of the king. Will the giant's resentment for the king be pacified in death or only really emboldened? Can be used to acquire souls only. I mean, that's the very last thing in our inventory. I feel pretty resistant to popping that. We probably need it maybe for something. Maybe I can turn it into a unique armor. Or, I don't know. All right, we're almost done here then. Stream is basically over. I've already talked about Dondadon. I'm gonna put my normal Jeruj clothes back on. Which we should level up. Do we have the bone shield? It doesn't sound familiar. I don't think so. No, we don't. And then we'll go back to Majula. I'm gonna level up at least once. I think it might be fun to put some equipment levels on. But, like, I have so many souls. How much is it for one pop? 23? Let's do one on Vigor, one on Vitality, and one on Strength for fun. We could buy a bunch of armor? Yeah, but, like, this is the looks is... Well, at least the red, like, cloak is. I think I would be fine to change just the gloves. Do we want to just see if we've got better gloves we can equip? I'm going to put my steel protection back on, too. Let's look at our gloves real quick. Just to have, yeah, but, you know. Like, those are pretty cool. They're also good. Maybe Jeruj wears the Drangleek gauntlets? He already wears the Drangleek leggings. And this and his dumb crown. I think that's a very modest addition to the gear lineup. Dude, I was just here. Aldi was attempting to create a dragon using the soul of giants. Interesting. I mean, I guess it looks like he succeeded. Alright, well, here's what we're going to do. The first thing I do is... we are going to level up the great sword. Oh. Oh, I think that just means it can't be leveled up anymore, right? Is it 10 now? 10's the max? Yeah, okay. Get that to full. We're going to level up our dual axes, which I think we should have played with these today. Put both to 9, I think. Let's level up the good old faithful Falconer armor. I don't know if I want to put a chunk on it. And the crown, I guess. Because all this takes Twinkling Titanite, but I have a bunch of this Twinkling Titanite. We ain't using for anything. Except I think the shield also uses Twinkling. Let's do work on that. Upgrading armor is fun and it should be in the game. Is it not in Elden Ring? There's no armor upgrading in Elden Ring? Let's get this shield. I'm pretty locked in on this shield. This is the last game it's in? That's tragic, Sis. I'm bummed by that too. It is fun. I know we don't do it like all that often, but I like it. I'd be bummed for it to go away. I guess it's not in Bloodborne, but I just figured that's because Bloodborne was built different. By that I mean like literally built different. Alright, I feel good about that. I feel hella leveled up. Also, was that a fucking skeleton bones ghoul mask in there? Hold on. What was what the fuck was that? What did I just see? Not these. This. What is this mask? A night subsumed by dark. Where did I get this? We gotta see what that looks like on old Shay. Oh my god, hilarious. The skeletal rouge. Alright, where's my crown? Hell yeah, brother. And I can level up again. Oh, we should go buy more of those stones. He's got more bone to him somehow. Can I buy the big versions of those from her? No, she has a finite amount. Buy like 15 of these though. Oops. These just help like when you're going area to area. I mean, I guess I'm kind of bummed I used all of my big Radiant Life gems, but we do have, like we were saying, like Sis was saying, we have a higher tier of them now, so.
Bearer of the curse.
Plus, I managed to get a dragon charm off in the dragon fight, which is pretty raw and also funny. Alright, what did I put one on? I'm doing Vigor again. It just, like, feels good. Alright, hell yeah. Let's take Flash Sweat off also. And put, what did I have on? Warmth. Okay, Sis, I'm down. How do I go? How do I do it? Was it giving the dragon egg to the Iron Keep guy? I want to do one more. I was thinking I wanted to do one more dual axes one before the end of the game. Because I think we gotta finish the game with the gut sword. But at this point, if next week is the story finale, we won't have a chance. I mean, we definitely will use that build in the DLC still. But I wanted to use it one more time in the main version. The arena boss of the spider. Oof. I just shivered. That would be... No, here. What's the fastest way for me to get there, Sis? Is it Chapel Threshold? Or, no, this is below, this is down there. This is that bonfire that we got after we beat the boss. I think. No, this is that stupid, no. This is that stupid one by the crow lady. Didn't we get a bonfire down there, though? Am I looking in the wrong place? It's Brightstone... No. No, it's not. Is it? Is it Brightstone Cove, Seldora? This one? Chapel Threshold? Do you know, Sis? Because I don't want to go through those fucking spiders again. I guess we can just run through there, though, probably. Alright, let's see if Snack remembers how to do this. Oh my god, this is... No! There's a closer one. Isn't there? What was the fast way to get to where the spiders are? Through here? I know it was not down there. Was it over here? Is this the fast way? Can you go through this? We were spinning this night that we were doing this. Do you remember this is also the night with where that chat rando came in and was like really fucking weird and funny? They kept saying giraffe. You guys remember that? That was, I think that was this very night. It was a funny night. There was another chat rando that came through and was like actually pretty cool. Navlin, you're not here. You don't spawn here, dude. Get off your feet. Whoops. What's one last art of dying for the road? Yeah, this chat rando showed up, and there were like again there was one other chat rando that was cool. I think I scared him away though, cause I was like sassy to them. I misunderstood what they were saying, and I was like a little spicy to them. But then like after that, I like, this is the wrong way. I remember like clearing it up. And maybe they said one or two other things, but they didn't stick around. But this other random person did. They even followed. And I was a little worried they were gonna stay and show up at the next stream. But they were running this bit. And the bit was, because we kept saying Girouge. They were like, giraffe? Like, what's giraffe? Like, it doesn't sound very, like, noteworthy, but they were like very active. They were very gabby in the chat. They were chatty gabbies. And it was like memorable. It was funny. They thought they were cooking for sure. Alright, and no dark sorcerer. Fuck you, man. Takes so much damage. Getting the spikes. Well, like, we kept saying Girouge. I think he was running a bit. Like, do I believe he knew what I was saying? Probably not, because, like, what is Girouge? It's just, like, weird sounding. But he definitely was, like, performing. And I think he thought he was cooking. And they never came back. It was funny, though. It was a funny night. That was the first night we tried to run the big axe, also. We actually beat Duke's Dear Freya with the single axe. Pokemon episode where that Battle Frontier dude has an Articuno. They got wild with that shit as it went. I think I could just drop here. Alright, and then fuck these guys. I'm just going. Out of my way. Maybe we'll have to deal with some of them. Girouge is a killer now. Look at this guy. Slaughterer. He probably wants Articuno because it's fucking Articuno. They get lost in the sauce eventually. Team Rocket, they lose the plot on that. Sometimes just a strong Pokemon is just a strong Pokemon. Was this here before? Is it this, Sis? Oh. Oh, hopefully I did the right thing. What the fuck? Girouge infuse? Is this like a Painted World? Dragon memories. One cannot reside within memory for long. Dark Souls 2 is about time travel. Theming. Yeah, there he is. This is before I killed him. Or after? This is maybe a different dragon. Yeah, we're on that pedestal now. I think this is the same area. No? Oh no, we're in the before times. This is like way, way back. I see what this is now. This is the Dark Souls 1 opening. Because those are the ancient trees. What does this say? Fatty. Fuck you too, dude. This is cool. And I guess there is that, like, big dragon statue in the arena. Or you know, big stone dragon in the arena. Pointless? Arena. Arena. Oh. Oops. Oh, okay, did I do it? Did I get it? Was that the... Did this memory goop out of his gross mouth? This is cool. Was that an item I got? Guardian Dragon Soul. Ancient Dragon Soul. The great ancient dragon that stands magnificent deep within the shrine. This powerful being stands and waits for whoever may visit him. That's sick. Dark Souls 2 is a game about time travel, sis. I guess we'll eventually figure it out. We'll see. Isn't there a way for me to warp in here, though? I don't even need to. I literally just use the feather. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I figured. I didn't know if the Ashen Mist Heart was something you had to, like, use. But I guess I clearly see now that you don't. You just can go. We might level up one more time. Are you guys feeling it? Are you feeling that? I saw Melfian magic there, and I just remembered what was important, truly. That should be no, it's not going to be enough.
There.
We could sell more shit. I don't want to go back to Gavlin now. Do you think I'll remember? Sis, for next week, can you make a little note that I have 22,000 souls in the tank, and just to go sell some shit to Gavlin so I can get like 4K more and come back and level up again? Not even that, 2K I think is what it is. Can we get a little note on that one? Thanks. Alright, now let's go talk to... Let's go remember what's important in our lives. You guys, if you're here and you're not usually here at the end of the stream, this is Rosabeth of Melfia, aka Cozy Fiora, and we're gonna lock in and listen to her life-changing lines.
Hello again. How have you been? I finally tracked down my teacher,
That's so good.
but I've decided to keep at it alone.
Yeah, he sucks.
I need to see what I can achieve by myself.
You can achieve everything, I think.
Master Carillion and I are from
This is my
Malphia,
second
the
favorite
south,
one.
A land lush with sorcery and pyromancy.
Master Carillion.
Master Carillion polished his art at one of our renowned magic academies. But he argued that the academies were terrible places to learn magic.
This quite angered Master Glocken, my previous teacher.
This quite angered Master Glocken, my previous teacher. Once Master Carillion
This is the one I don't know.
excitedly of this
This is the one I don't like.
He made talk of the remnants of some great power and the
Boo, we
deep
hate this
abyss
one.
that surrounds it. I tried to ask more,
And this is why.
but he didn't seem to hear. Oh, I'll never be good enough, will I?
And finally, though, it's okay, guys. It's okay, because we can bring it back. One more time.
It was a perilous trek across the mountains. I faced the most frightful things.
Frightful?
The number of times I nearly
Oh, not that frightful. Thank you. Alright, guys. It's another Jarouge of the bag, baby. Hell yeah. Guys. Terrible clap. Good stream, though. Thank you for watching. We yapped a lot. We self-reflected some. Maybe I'll buy a bird in the next year. Beautiful, wonderful things will take place no matter what. Somehow, some way, Jarouge will return next week. We'll be back with this next week. I'm glad my computer didn't crash. Maybe it's getting better? I feel like it kind of is, but I don't know. I'll see you for Donkey Kong Bonanza post-game on Sunday. It's going to be like we're really going to dig into the post-game stuff. I feel like we'll probably get the bulk of it done on Sunday. So much so that I'm a little worried it won't take 2 whole streams. But I guess we'll see how that goes after this weekend. And then we'll be back with Jarouge on Friday, which seems like it probably will be the main story finale. So look forward to it. It's been a long time coming, baby. Thank you for watching, and big love. I hope you all have a great night and a great weekend, and I'll see ya later. And so will Jarouge, guys. Bye-bye.